Welcome, one and all, to a live stream edition of the Hard Rock Show. I'm Andrew, and joined tonight by the usual cohorts. You have Dave beside me on the screen here, Belle in the opposite corner, and Jeff underneath. Everyone's in their usual spots as we go through things tonight. Yep. Got a bit to get through, as always. It's a bit of what we're calling a bye week this week, so it's going to be interesting to see what the fuck happens. I'm not sure how this is going to go tonight, but we'll play by ear and wing it and see how we go. But we got the usual stuff. So Hot Rocks is going to be, we're going to do songs from Jinjer, Arch Enemy, Epica, Days of Jupiter. We've got another backyard banger focusing on Alarum. We're going to do more Thin Lizzy stuff, obviously. We'll have some more fun with other things, bits and pieces, discussing other bits and bobs, and just sort of more of a discussion thing or fun and games thing this week. We're going to leave the battles until next week, so we'll have some fun with that. But just for the question of the evening, get in the comments, say hi, let us know where you're from, but also let us know some of your favorite albums that have all-time great opening tracks on them. That's going to be a part of the discussion later on if things go to plan. If not, I have backup plans, so it's all good. So yeah, get in the comments, say hi, all the usual stuff. You know what to do: like, follow, subscribe. Everything you're going to need to know about for tonight is there's tracks and whatever links for everything in the description box of the episode, so you know what to do. What do we got here? Michael's here saying good evening, everyone. Good to see you as always. Same with Jolie. Good to see Jolie as well. So let's quickly do the rounds here before we get stuck into things. Dave, how you going?
I'm overworked and underslept. I'm planning on getting drunk and fucked up. How are you, Belle?
Well, I can top that. Life's a bitch and then you die. How are you, Jeff?
Well, I don't know if I can top that. I only got one more fucking week and then I'm on holidays, so that's my happiness. Yeah.
Well, when you come back from holidays, you'll come back to a shitstorm. It always happens.
I'm not going anywhere. I can't really go anywhere. I got no.
I mean, when you're back at work, all the work that you will do for that week will still be yours.
Well, that's for fucking sure. Yeah.
He's got to get through his holiday first. We'll see what happens.
I do.
Oh, fuck. Nothing new to report. Everything's good here. So I'm situation normal. Snafu, situation all fucked up. But anyway, it's been another week. We're all getting into it. We got here. David's here. Good to see you. Howdy, Legends. Hope all is going well. We're having some fun here. And Michael is here as well. Good to see you. There you go, Dave. Dave and Dave. Off we go. All right.
Yeah. I met him once.
Yeah? Cool. Where?
When his band was playing at the Workers' Club in St. Kilda.
Ah.
Right. Nice.
Okay.
I think.
Cool.
I could be completely wrong.
Okay. David, let us know in the comments, man. So hopefully you're doing well. You can let us know.
I could be confusing it with somebody else. It's possible.
I don't know. We'll find out. Victoria's here. Good to see you, Victoria. She's gone, hi, all, just here. Had breathing problems the last 5 weeks. Raise a glass to Bon Scott. He passed away 45 years ago yesterday. Indeed. There we go. Toast to the mighty one and only Bon Scott. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're feeling better. Hopefully everything's all right. David's gone, sorry, it's been a while. No, you're welcome. It's all good. Don't worry about how long it's been, just as long as you get here at some point and enjoy the fun and games as we go through. All right. Yeah. Speaking of fun and games, let's get into the Hot Rocks part of the show, which we start off with. So the new songs in Tastemakers that have been added this week, you can follow our playlist. They're in the description box. Sebastian Bach to Live Again from Jolie. Savage Land's Ruling Queen from Michael. That's one that goes to charity, actually. So if you're curious about more of that, then check it out. We have Morrison, Osborne, and Stevens with Gods of Rock and Roll from Vinny. I put forward a song from Legs Electric called Volcanic, which I think is fucking great. A couple of top-up songs. We've got Carly Jewell with her new single Burn. We have Ironstone with Innocent Bleed as well. And then Fading Out with Asphyxia from Michael. Dawn of Solace with Murder from Ulla. Angela Petrelli and the Players No Quarter live at 64. Jeff put that one forward this week. And Kat put forward Adelaide's Way, What If You Go. Those are the new songs in the Tastemakers playlist this week.
Was Jeff's track No Quarter the Zeppelin song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there we go.
I like that song.
Really good. Yeah, I love that song. But great.
I'm curious how the votes will go this week, and it's an interesting, diverse list. I'm really curious as to how the votes are all going to go. But what do we got here? David's here. G'day, all rock on. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're keeping well too. But then to the results of last week, which are now in our Hot Rocks playlist, and we'll go through some songs for that tonight. So Ones that didn't make the cut were On My Command, Burning Desire, and Rob Favoto with Love or Serval. Didn't quite get there. An honorable mention that nearly got the made it into the cut was Alone with the Gods, King of Pain. Not quite enough, but nearly got there. Coming in at number 10 this week is Steve Welsh with Immigrant Song. And this comes from a whole album of covers done in the style of Alice in Chains, which is quite an interesting little listen. So if you're curious more, go and check it up. But Steve Welsh, Immigrant Song is there. Number 9, Thunder Mother with Take the Power, as put forward by Ula. Number 8 was Joe Bonamassa and Sammy Hagar with Fortune Teller Blues. Elliot put that forward. Number 7, Alien Weaponry, Malmoko, still kicking around. It was number 6 last week, slowly sliding down, but it's been in there for 4 weeks now, so it's probably the early front runner for Song of the Year so far in terms of duration. Coming in number 6 was Frost with Western Atmosphere, put forward by Elliot. Now, it was number 4 last week, but it's sliding down. Number 5, Dorothy, Tombstone Town from Michael, put that forward. Number 3 last week, but then the top 4 are all brand new. So number 4 is Days of Jupiter with Parazite, put forward by Kat. Number 3, Jinjer, Tumbleweed, put forward by Michael. Number 2, Arch Enemy, Paper Tiger from Michael. Different Michael. Got a couple of Michaels in the group. And then Epica, Cross the Divide, was far and away the number 1 song this week, put forward by Jolie. So well done on that. So on that note, let's do the rounds here and see how things move on. On to the top 4, which means we start with number 4 and then work our way up to number 1. Number 4 is Days of Jupiter, Parazite. This track, like I said, came in number 4 and was assigned to Jeff, nominated by Kat. This comes from the Swedish band's 5th studio album, The World Was Never Enough, which was released February 7, 2025. The band has been around since 2010. This album appears to be their first released via Reigning Phoenix Music. Jeff, do you have any thoughts on the song?
Yeah, I do have some thoughts. I really liked the energy in this song. I thought it was very well. I liked it. There was something about it, and now I can't remember what I was going to say. I should have wrote it down. Fuck.
It's going to be a good night.
It's going to be a good night. No alcohol either, folks. Sorry, this is normal fucked up. I'll remember later, but I'm sure I will. But I did like it, and it had a lot of energy, and there was a vibe. There was something about it, and it's going to piss me off now.
It'll come like right at the end of the show.
It will come later, like in the middle. Like I'll be like having Tourette's. I'll just blurt out something and fucking. Anyway, but anyway, liked it. So 8 shots.
Nice, cool. All right, quick thumbs up, thumbs down from the rest of the panel here. I liked it, so I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I'll give it 8 shots.
Yeah, about 8. It's a song. It's all right.
Yeah, it is a song.
Yeah. I liked it too. It was a good vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was what I was thinking. It was a good vibe.
A good vibe. Okay.
It had a
cool.
good vibe. Yep. Thank
Cool
you.
vibe.
All right. For those playing along, all the songs talking about will be in the description box. I'm going to put them in the chat as we go through as well for those watching live. Terry's here. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Same with Michael. Good to see you too. Hi,
Hey,
Bill. There we go. And then we'll move on to the next song, which is Jinjer, Tumbleweed. I'm going to put that in the comments now while I go through things. This one got to number 3 this week, was assigned to myself. Nominated by Michael. This is a non-single track from the Ukrainian band's 5th studio album, Duel, which is out now. For obvious reasons, this is their first studio album since 2021. I think we all know why. And this outfit have been rapidly ascending for a number of years now and sort of kicking us, taking names wherever they go. Easily, for me, this is one of the more different yet impressive bands out there at the moment. Not everyone's going to agree. This is not a band for everyone's taste, and I fully appreciate and get that. It's like I said, don't get carried away with that because it's not going to be for everyone. But if you do like a bit of the Beauty and the Beast aspect to your music, then this is going to be a song that will get your attention. It starts off in an almost seductive sort of fashion, a bit different for these guys a little bit. Lovely, clean vocals, dark and melancholy, but there's a bit of contrast in there too, which is wonderful. Very genty in the guitar. The drumming pounds all the way through that as well. And the bass rumbles along nicely. It's all very modern, very heavy, very crunchy kind of thing in overall tone, which is sort of another reason why the vocals stand out, especially at the start, because you've got this wicked drumming pattern going on, even while she's singing this, seductive kind of vocal part, which I thought was a really interesting composition touch. But then once it kicks into gear, it all goes off the fucking rails and away you go. Tatiana goes absolutely off when the moment calls for it. As far as growling goes, she is incredibly impressive. And switch between that and the clean vocals is one of her standout aspects, I guess, vocally. I mean, she can do it just about. But what she does here is quite remarkable. There's a duality in her style that is impressive in and of itself. one sort of thing here, like I said before, like just the way this song has contrast. So when she starts to go a bit heavier, the drumming sort of actually settles into a groove. Whereas before that, when she was singing softer and that, the drumming was a bit more frantic. It's this weird juxtaposition going on all the way through it. Just, I don't know. All in all, though, as you listen to the song, it builds and descends really nicely as a piece of music. Everything is here. You got technicality, but the composition, the performances are great. And against like this really snapped in sort of sound overall against this, or versus this really organic sort of vocal approach, I found to be really interesting just to listen to. The mix was great. It's all very heavy, can be a bit crunched at times, but you can still hear everything really clearly. It just suits the style. I think this is one of those songs or one of those bands where if it intrigues you on the first pass, go back and listen to it. If it doesn't do anything for you at all on the first pass, it's probably not going to do enough to grab you later on. It's one of those bands where you know pretty quickly if you like it, but if you do fall into the side of liking it, if you keep going back to it, you'll find more things to enjoy about it as you go through. There's a reason that the duet that Tatiana did with 12 Foot Ninja a couple of years ago now worked so well, and there's this bombastic energy that works between both those bands. That is another sort of cross-reference here for people too. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I gave this one 8 shots for me, so that's what I thought of it. I know it's not going to be for everyone, so I'm curious to see what you guys in the audience thought. So thumbs up, thumbs down. Where are we going with this one, folks? Dave's down. Yep.
Yeah. Not for me. I can't stand this fucking band. I know everyone loves them, but no, fuck them.
Yeah.
Just shit.
That's what I mean. I know it's a very
we were talking last week about young people music and genres you're too old for. This definitely falls into young people's music for me. This represents everything that I fucking hate about modern metal.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I didn't see what you gave it. What did?
Yeah, Belle, you sort of jumped with thumbs up or thumbs down, Belle?
Oh, as a rule, don't like Jinjer song. It wasn't horrible. Yeah.
No, cool. Well, Jeff gave it the thumbs up, so we'll get through it.
I'm not a massive fan of these guys either, but I like this song because I think it was a lot of the songs, come just flying out of the gate, like just going for your fucking throat. And I quite like the build-up in this song. It was beautiful, Yeah. So, yeah.
Cool. David's gone. I didn't know Tumbleweed was still around. I'll be back shortly. Need to listen now. I don't think this is the song you're looking for. The song is called Tumbleweed. The band is Jinjer. Let us know how you go. Michael's gone. Dave, it's all good. I understand it's not for everyone. And this is one of those bands. It is like that. We've got another band coming later on tonight that's going to be like that as well. But
there is more and more of these bands around that isn't for everyone, though. So this is where everyone's going, which is fucking sad if you ask me, but that's what people like. People like being angry and miserable.
Yeah, I don't think everything's going there. It's just interesting.
It really, if you check out the albums on Livewire that come out each week, more and more of this dark, fucking angry, aggressive metalcore, fucking black metal, whatever the fuck Jinjer are. Yeah. It's just the way things are going. I'm feeling old.
I agree with Dave.
Okay, there you go.
Because man, things are fucking changing. All the legendary bands are calling it a day. They're dying out, and this fucking anger and misery is taking over.
I disagree. Yeah, there's a lot of it, but think about the record label Frontiers. How much of the stuff that you like, for instance, I think we all like, new bands coming through, and not just Frontiers. A lot of those bands coming out of
them are Sweden, projects.
For Frontiers,
they're the same musicians doing the same shit.
For Frontiers, I would say that one. But at the same time, I'd argue that there's still plenty of other acts out there. But I think also what I should do, and I've started it this week. I gave you guys a little link of the list that I've got of albums coming through this year. I'm going to be populating that with stuff that comes from the press releases we get, so you'll get more diversity in that than just what you get on Loudwire, for example. So
if you look at the bands that actually draw people to live shows, a fun rock band will struggle. Whereas an angry fucking black metalcore fucking Jinjer band will sell out. That seems to be what people want. So pay attention.
I get it, but at the same time, I'd also argue that bands like Triple Kill, for example, are one of the best successful local bands in Melbourne at the moment. So there are counters to it, but we'll see how it goes.
Not everything, but the majority that I'm seeing. It's just the way things are different. And there's more and more the old bands call it a day, the old styles just come out of favor, and new kids come up and discover this new way of doing things. That's going to be the thing. So.
We'll see. I think that there are other people. I think there is rays of light in there. We'll see how we go through this year. I think it'll be interesting to see if we feel the same at the end of the year between now and then. But We'll play
I felt this way for 5 years, dude. It's not going to change now.
One of these days, I'll get you a good year. Then we'll see what happens. Quick comments. Michael says, "I love Jinjer and I'm old 9 shots." So there we go. Michael says, "Definitely won't put forward a Lorna Shore song whenever they release a new track."
Yeah, fuck that. What is it? Deathcore shit. Deathcore, for fuck's sake.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Deathcore, yes.
But we'll see what
the
happens.
Photos that he put up, that they were good photos, by the way.
Yeah, they were photos.
He's got photos.
Yeah,
I don't even need to listen to that band, and I'm going to fucking take them.
Photos. So
Deathcore, for fuck's sake.
Vinny's here. Evening, everyone. Hope you've all been well. Have to say, the cover songs been nominated are fantastic. Promise I'll behave for the first hour. Just the first hour. Okay, cool.
Boring.
No,
there we go.
Here. Sorry.
Hey, Nicole. Sorry, I was going to say, Vinny apparently went to Sister's Doll. I hear that was pretty well represented.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
So people are still going to see.
Yeah, I'm talking about the majority. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying the majority, it's where it's going. And over the next 10 years, you're going to see the majority grow and the minority shrink.
But isn't it a reflection of our society really as a whole? Like our society is getting darker and more violent. Which makes
me ask the question: why listen to things that make you fucking feel worse?
I agree. I think you need some.
I don't get it.
You should. There should be some context.
You should be trying to fucking get away from all the misery, but people just love embracing all the misery they have in society in their music.
For some people, it can be a cathartic release, though.
Yes,
some people,
to me, it makes them want to smell and fucking rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
It helps me when I was doing boxing and all that sort of stuff. Like I'd listen to it would just make me, it would get things out. It just felt, it was my way of processing.
It makes me feel worse. I can turn on the fucking news and read about how horrible the world is. I don't need to hear some fucking miserable cunt telling me how fucking horrible it is. If you don't like watching the news, if you don't like watching the news, why the fuck would you listen to music that talks about this miserable shit?
I get it, but it's just horses for courses. Everyone's got their own. Everyone's got their own.
That's ultimately true.
And it's just more and more of this shit, and that it's just killing the fun out of the whole thing.
Well, let's find you some other bands this year, Dave, and let's try and make you just focus on the ones you like instead of the ones you don't like. That's why we.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
You better release another album this year, Camiria.
Yes, please, dude.
I hope so.
I hope they do too. Yes. Yeah. We all want to hear it.
The Sister's Doll album is good, Dave. Focus on
the Sister's Doll album is good. Yeah. Let's see who gets a bigger audience. So Camiria or Lorna Shore, the deathcore band?
I think there's a disparity in media coverage that helps that along too, though. So we'll just have to do our best to get these bands out there to get more people knowing about it. I'm going to move through some more comments. Nicole's gone up for REN over Jinjer. Joey says Jinjer 5 shots. Vinny says, I said, Dave, everything has been done to death. I think only I'm assuming it's going to be Bloodywood jumps out as being diverse enough for my personal tastes. But and Dave's gone try the Grease soundtrack. Oh, Vinny's gone that Dave try the Grease soundtrack. Don't think that's going to go that well. Alrighty, let's get into the next song here, which hopefully, Belle, you got my message in time because I don't know why the PDF didn't update when it had it updated everywhere else. I don't know what happened there, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, the next song is Arch Enemy, Paper Tiger. Came in at number 2 this week. We've got it's the latest from Arch Enemy, like I was saying. This was assigned to Belle, nominated by Michael. It's the 4th single so far from the Swedish band's 12th studio album, Blood Dynasty, set for release on March 28th, 2025. This was the band's first with Joey Conception on guitar following the departure of Jeff Loomis in 2023. Jeff has told me, our Jeff that is, has been telling me he's trying to get Belle to check out this band for a while. Now she's been kind of forced to, so let's get Belle's thoughts.
Yeah, Belle. Don't act all
This is what Jeff told me last week. Don't look at me like
that.
I sent you these links. I said, you got to check this band.
I know. Seriously, I am an Arch Enemy fan. It's not the music. It's not the band. They are fucking great. The first 2 albums, I know I'm going back to the 90s here. Black Earth, Stigmata, John Lever on vocals. And then it's more, what's her name? Alyssa White Blitz's. Her vocals have been challenging for me, which has caused me to have this love-hate relationship with this band.
Okay.
I am not faulting their music, but I still like them. I still think their music is good enough, even with vocals that I'm, you know, not quite there with. But you know what? Like this song and the songs, and yes, I've watched the Dream Stealer film clip. Finally, I got there.
It took you 6 months. Yeah,
I know. But you know, I'm a busy person. Busy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got there in the end. No, look, they're good. But this song, I think this might be finally, or she, I should say, might be finally winning me over. I think. Cool. I don't know what she's doing differently. Maybe it's because she's got more dynamic in her vocal, more. I can understand the lyrics more than what I could on previous albums. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but maybe I'm just fucking getting used to it. Maybe I'm just getting beaten down and it's becoming, like what happened with Ozzy Osbourne. Like, I'm like, no, Ozzy. And then finally I'm like, well, it's there. It's part of the band and I can just enjoy the songs and he's just an instrument. An annoying one, but it's okay.
Sharon's instrument.
Don't want to know what she uses his instrument.
Oh, I don't know.
She told us all. He told us all about it. So.
I wasn't listening.
No, I'm not going to.
All right. So anyway, the song. What's it called? Paper Tiger. Banger. Banger. All caps. Nice. Banger. Wow. Fucking great song. This is Arch Enemy at their groovy best. They have such a beefy sound, this band, and they always have. And I'm really glad that they haven't let that slide over time. They are just as fucking hard as what they ever were. This song has everything I want from this genre. It's heavy, tons of melody, the double kick interspersed just at the, the right moments throughout the song for maximum impact. It's interesting, mixed by a master. There's lots of little interesting guitar licks as well. Couple of great guitar solo moments. Like there's a solo, but then between like a verse and a chorus, there's a bit of, a few bars and he's noodling over that. Possibly guitarist, don't know. It's hard to tell, isn't it, when you're not seeing it live? I think it's Conception is the new lead guitarist. Yeah. Well, he's fitting in really well because it's like he gets it. He gets what this band needs. He gets how to enhance their sound. So blah, what have I? Look, fucking great. I loved it. Nice. I'll give 9 shots.
Wow. Cool. Yep. I didn't know we didn't up here, but that's cool. All right. That's a win. Let's do the thumbs up, thumbs down from everyone else. I'm going to go thumbs up. I liked this one.
I'm going to look like a fucking gangster, but I'm going to go something like that.
Okay. Want to explain?
Musically, it's fucking fantastic. Vocally, it just shits me. She's more coherent than a lot of growlers, which is good. But this band used to feature in Guitar World all the time. And musically, they're fantastic. But then whenever you put them on, their fucking vocals just kill it. And she's usually no better. This is better than what I've heard from them before. But when I'm listening to it and she's fucking growling, it gets tiring and boring. And as soon as she shuts the fuck up, I wake up again. It's like, oh, there's some cool guitar. And she comes on again. It's like, yeah, fucking blah, blah, blah. Can't understand a fucking word you're saying unless I'm actively listening. And I don't have the fucking energy. And then she shuts up and then the guitar takes over again. So, if they had a coherent fucking singer, which like Philip Anselmo used to do it pretty coherently and be fucking growling, it can be done, but people just get fucking lazy and think that the more incoherent they are, the better, the more metal and brutal. Fuck that, it's boring. So, musically fucking awesome, vocally shit.
I just want to say on the vocals in this one, I don't know. I get what Dave's going for, but at the same time, I think just for Belle, as it seemed to get you more, I think what she's done differently over the last little bit is because like she's explored reusing her clean vocals again, which I think is actually she should do that a lot more because I love that side of the vocal.
Clean, she's got a good fucking voice. So why
she does. She's got a great voice.
I wish she would. I hope she does more songs on this album with that we heard.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate when a woman's balls drop.
Okay. Further than ours. But
that's another thing. Yeah, it's really, and I've said this before on the show. I find it quite unfeminine, and that I get what it is, but sometimes it's weird. I feel like not a hypocrite about it. That's the wrong word, but I don't know. It's like it suits some women, but not others. I don't know why, or maybe it's just the tone and the method. It just for her. I just don't think. I don't like really what comes like what she projects. Whereas, Tatiana from Jinjer, I think that's good with her doing it. I don't know what the difference is.
Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting how people hear different things. And
I struggle with fucking most growly male vocals if they're incoherent. There's some that can do it, some, but just it's overused and it's fucking boring because your lyrics are your stamp on the song that make it different. That make me want to listen to something over something else. If you don't make any distinction, there's no fucking point. There's no point searching for 20 different bands that all do the same thing if your songs are just going to be all bleh.
Yeah, but you know what sets them apart? No, sorry. Look, what sets Arch Enemy apart from a lot of the bands from that genre, if you will, is that Alyssa does not look the part. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, well, that's a fair
she
point.
doesn't look the part, and their image is a big part of this band, maybe more so than any of the other bands in the same genre. And so I think they're playing that. And I think that's part of.
I really don't look at music videos anymore, so it's all music rather than image.
I get that.
Yeah,
but I think this Paper Tiger song is probably the best thing that they've done in a long time. There was something about it. I just loved it. Energy was there. The riff was fucking kill. I'm going to be learning this. I'm going to have to learn it because it's in my head now.
It's a good
riff.
It
is a good riff. So, and I like her vocals. I don't mind her vocals. You know, I heard on the last album when she did that song "Reason to Believe." I think it was the last time, maybe the album before. One of that slower song where she sung the clean vocals. She's got a great voice. Look, I've met the girl. Her and I have chatted for like a half an hour. And she's very lovely. She's very lovely. And back then, of course, I had no idea that she was going to be in this band. She was his backup singer for Camelot. But look, she's lovely, but I can't wait to hear this album.
No, I'm very keen to hear more because what I like for me, just quickly put a bow on this one because Dave, hopefully the next song is one that you enjoyed a lot more. But the we'll see. But the for me there was a bit of what she did when the lyric about the part in the song which is about see no, hear no, speak no evil.
She's whispering, yes.
Yeah, that to me was really cool and it added that depth and dynamic that I enjoyed a lot. That was a cool little touch. I'm very curious on the album.
Agree.
All right, I'll put a bow on it. Michael says if Dave keeps bitching, I'll drop off his place. The Sound of a Music record. What? Oh, the Sound of Music record. Okay.
Mate, fucking, I'd love to see you. Every time I invite you over, you're too fucking busy. Come, go get drunk with you, man.
There you go. Michael and Dave are best.
If it means we go listen to the Sound of fucking Music, man, then we'll get drunk, we'll knock back some fucking Captain Morgans, and we'll listen to the Sound of Music.
Okay, you can do the whole meme thing. You can reenact the meme where you've got the image of Julie Andrews like with the acoustic guitar on the hill with the Ace of Spades and the speech bubble. I want you to reenact that for us. Like,
well, the acoustic guitars always come out when I'm drunk.
Cameron.
Yeah, those nights don't end well though.
No, Cameron's here. Lorna show was awesome Tuesday night at the Forum. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Good to hear. And also can't wait to see Jinjer and Kitty at Festival Hall next week. Enjoy, man. Let us know how those shows go.
Kitty.
Yeah.
Kitty.
Cat's here. God, howdy peeps, mate. Good to see you, Cat.
Hey, Cat.
And Michael's gone, taste maker, not turd maker. Well, we'll see how things go this week. Nicole says, I agree, but I struggle with some female singers. No idea why. There is an interesting thing there. But Vinny says, again, agree with Dave. Some tracks in this coming week's nominations, musically so enjoyable, vocally, they sound like ripping a fart before laying a glorious cable.
Yeah.
So
vocals just fuck everything. A great song can start and then the vocals come on. It's either some fucking whiny little bitch that sounds like Eddie Vedder Also incoherent, can't just scream about how unhappy he is.
All right, Dave. I don't know if you got up to this one because I know you've had a hell of a week. So let's just see how you go. If you didn't get there, then we'll just do a quick round table on this one.
Did.
Epica, Cross the Divide. This is going to be much more in Dave's wheelhouse. This was a pretty unanimous number one song this week in the description box in the comments. Was assigned to Dave as Champs Will Have It, which has actually worked out really well this week. It was randomly drawn. Nominated by Jolie, the second single from the Dutch band's upcoming 9th studio album, A Spiral, set for release April 11, 2025. This is a band we know gets a lot of love out there, and Dave is no stranger to them. He's been making me aware of this band and Nightwish and other bands for a long, long time now. So over to you, Dave.
I've been a fan of Epica about as long as I've been a fan of Nightwish. And they were always like the more technical. And their albums, I don't know, they were big budget productions, but they always had something missing. And it was always like, they're not snapped to grid, they're not overproduced, but it was always like they're really, really fucking clerical and a little bit flat in tone for the earlier ones as they went along. And then they released the Omega, whatever that was, in 2021. That was fucking brilliant. That was everything that was missing from Epica, and that was like the best thing they'd ever done, and I fucking love that album. So I've been waiting for something new to come along. And Epica have went up on Nightwish because they've actually played with actual orchestras and shit. They're into that whole performance thing. They were really technical. Everything a music nerd loves. And they've got the whole symphonic thing and the growly vocals that are coherent, that are cool. And you got the massive solos and the whole orchestration and the beautiful fucking vocals from Simone Simmons. And then we get this song, which is odd. Okay. Sounds like Epica. It's definitely Epica. It also sounds very 80s. It's got that whole 80s and a more modern power metal thing. But honestly, it's the most un-Epica song I have ever heard. I'm trying to think, what the fuck is missing? The symphony shit. All the orchestration and Mark Jensen's vocals. It's not what you usually get from Epica song. It does sound like Epica because they got their style. Simone Simmons has her vocals, but it's just like, this isn't what I want from an Epica track. I'm like, what the fuck? So I did some looking. There's a previous song that they released, which is kind of slower, more melancholy song. It goes for a bit longer, goes for 5 minutes. The album version goes for 7. That's more of a representation of what this band does. That makes me excited for this album. Because that's got the build, starts slow, builds up. It's got the symphonic shit, it's got the choirs, it's got the chanting, it's got the growly vocals from Mark Jensen that works beautifully against Simone Simmons' clean vocals. That's the second track on the album. This is the first track. I'm wondering what the fuck this album's going to be like because they're so different.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm really confused what the direction they're taking. But yeah, off that track, I'm interested. Off this track, it's cool. I would like it more if it wasn't Epica. Because Epica, you got this thing that you want.
Preconceived,
Yeah. Where this is like really cool, power metal-y, great, all well done. But got the Epica stamp on it. It shouldn't. So if it was not Epica, it would get 8. This gets a 7.
Okay, cool. Let's
the other song gets a 9. It's fucking brilliant.
The other one, okay, so you're in the middle overall on an 8 thereabouts so far.
Yeah. Curious for the album.
All right. Well, we've only got a little bit longer. April 11 it comes out. Let's do thumbs up, thumbs down. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic for me. So thumbs up. I'm going to give it. I'm getting. No, bell's gone down. Okay.
You don't like the song, is it?
No, sounds like a poor man's Nightwish. Don't like it.
Ouch.
Wow. Okay.
Around quite as long as Nightwish, but
I'd say listen to the previous album, but maybe not.
Interesting. Maybe. Jeff, I didn't see if you gave it thumbs up, thumbs down. I think you might.
Oh yeah. I like anything this band I like. So
okay.
Cool. Of the music and definitely a fan of Simone.
Yes.
The composition, the performances, the orchestration, and fucking your average Epica song is always fantastic.
Yeah. Well, you'll be pleased, no, Dave. I mean, you've been.
Put a lot of work. This is a production.
Jeff, you're dropping out, man.
Yeah, Jeff's chopping up, unfortunately. So give it a second, Jeff, to settle down. I'm like, hey, is it just me, or is it? I'm glad it's not.
No, I thought it was me because I know my internet's shit, but you guys pointed it out. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know what's happened, Jeff. It looks a bit odd because it's like, your screen's not really moving much. We'll get some movement there, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, It's funny for me getting more and more into it because I think Dave's taking a win on me at the moment because he's starting to get me really into bands like Nightwish and Epica and been sort of where Belle said she was
taken 10 long years, but you're finally starting to come around.
Belle's been browbeaten into liking Arch Enemy. I'm getting browbeaten into becoming a symphonic metal fan, so it's becoming a whole thing. So I'll take it. I'm enjoying it. I liked the hook in this one. I know it's not quite what you want from Epica, but for me the hook was really cool, and I'm looking forward to what this does represent on the album overall because it does. Their albums provide a lot more context too, so I think that's important.
This album has the fucking I can't remember the title, but it's got part 9.
Wow!
So every album has had this fucking continual song.
Cool. That's cool. Didn't even know that. There you go.
And there's another one that they're doing that continues on from what's that previous band? Yeah, Epica morphed from another band. A couple of members came from another band. They continued this song into Epica. It doesn't matter. I won't remember.
No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I get what you're going for. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure Jeff will look it up. But what I'm going to do quickly here is what is a bit of a surprise to everyone, apart from myself possibly here, is that what I'm going to do here is this year, for those that are in Patreon and doing this part of this, Tastemaker Challenge and the Hot Rocks voting, all that kind of stuff each and every week, I'm doing a tally of who gets how many points for whatever songs kind of thing. So if you get the number 1 song, you get 10 points. And if you get the 10th song, you get 1 point and so on and so forth to go through. It's been interesting to see this one. There is a very clear front runner so far. Although that said, it would only take 1 week to really flip it around. So just only going to go through the top 5. Bell, you just missed out on the top 5. So did Jolie. So we'll see how people go here. So did Vinny. I think they're just outside, so it's not that far in. But in the top 5 so far is Michael G, myself, Elliot, Kat, and Michael C. These are the top 5 currently in Tastemaker / Hot Rocks in what's going on. We'll work out something toward the end of the year with who's been getting the most votes for the songs they've nominated as the year progresses. I'm going to do regular little updates on that one just to keep people interested in seeing how things are going. Have a bit of a ladder going toward the end of the year. All right. Going to quickly go through some hard rock happenings here. And first bit of news is not one we are going to discuss, but it's just an announcement as a courtesy message to anyone out there. All right. Aussie metal band Lord have officially disbanded. Like I said, not going into the details of why. If you want to look it up, you can. So yeah, this is not... Anyway, yeah, not for the faint of heart. Look it up. You can work it out. I'm not going to go into it. And we don't want to encourage commentary here either. So just it's a public service announcement and nothing more than that. On to better news. Burton C. Bell, formerly of Fear Factory, those who know, I'm sure most do, has announced a solo tour of Australia for June 2025. The tour dates are Wednesday, June 11 at the Triffid in Brisbane, Thursday, June 12 at King Street Band Room in Newcastle, Friday the 13th of June, there we go, at the Factory Theatre in Sydney, and Saturday the 14th of June, Corner Hotel in Melbourne. Speaking of tour announcements, complete with a new vocalist, Naya Bliviscaris have also announced an Aussie tour in which they'll be playing the entire Citadel and Exile albums on stage. The tour dates are Tuesday, June 10th, Magnet House in Perth, Thursday, June 12th, Lion Arts Adelaide, Friday, June 13, again Friday the 13th, 170 Russell Street, Melbourne, Saturday, June 14, Metro Theatre Sydney, and Sunday, June 15, Princess Theatre Brisbane. On top of all that, Battlesnake, a band that we know here at the show, have released a brand new single called Fathers of Iron Flesh and announced on top of that a tour. It's just going to be their most ambitious tour to date for the record. The Aussie band will be spending pretty much the majority of June and August playing shows across UK and Europe. So good luck to all involved on that one. And just in case all that isn't enough for you, Aussie bands Avalanche, Fake News, and Verity have all released brand new singles. Rob Favoto has released a new EP called Sushi Metal, and our friends over in New Zealand, Alien Weaponry, have also dropped another single for their upcoming album as well. So there's a lot going on the music front, so please do go and check it out. Which then brings us over to the release list part of the show. And this week's not quite as dynamic as last week, but there are some interesting ones here to note. So what have I got here? I've got David Lee Roth has the Warner Recordings 85 to 94. It's a box set coming out tomorrow, so that'd be interesting for those that are big fans. Dirty Honey have their latest called Mayhem and Revelry coming out. Hirax have got Faster Than Death. Killswitch Engage, which I know a few people here enjoy, Bell being one of those in particular, have their new album, This Consequence, coming out tomorrow. Rob Photo had that Sushi Metal EP, which I was mentioning about this week. And that's about it. There's a few other ones out there, but, you can sort of go through and do the rounds as you see fit. But there's always new music on Fridays, so get around it. Craig's here saying, hey all, good to see you, Craig. Victoria said, I'm off to see Beth Hart in concert tonight here in London. Can't wait as Mr. Last Tours. That will be fucking phenomenal. So enjoy the show there, Victoria.
Beth Hart.
Yeah, Beth Hart. Yeah.
I've seen her. She's good.
Yep. Well, there you go. So yeah, Victoria was just saying she's missed the last two tours, so she can't wait to get around it and get back involved.
She opened for Jeff Beck.
Oh, wow.
That was a good night.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
About 20 minutes into the Jeff Beck show, and I realized, what the fuck does he keep going up to that thing? He's like powdering his hands. Like, he's not using the pick.
Oh.
Between songs, he powders his fucking hands, and he just plays without the pick.
Wow.
Fuck me.
Yeah, good luck with that. My hands aren't tough enough for that. No chance in hell. That takes a fair bit.
Oh, well, he fucking plays.
Yeah. I can barely play at all anymore, so there we go.
Yeah.
I've let that. I can pick it up and go, but I haven't done it for a while. It is one of those things I want to do. So I've been promising Jody for years and years that I'll teach her how to play guitar. Speaking of Jody says hello to everyone too, by the way. I forgot to mention that before, but as always, Jody says hello. Cool. Alrighty, everyone's back. Time to get over to the Backyard Banger segment of tonight's broadcast, which is my duty this week. So without any further ado, let's get stuck into it. Your reference track is a song called Imperative from a band called Alarum. This is the Backyard Banger for this week. It's 11 tracks, 45 minutes, the fifth studio album from the Melbourne band, originally formed in 1992, released November 2024, independently, recorded in Melbourne at Danger Tone Studios and Alarum HQ. The album was mixed by Troy McCosker at Audio Ninja Productions and mastered by John Roberto at Master Sound Studios. At least 2 singles from this have been released in Imperative and 0930. About the album, the band have this to say. Recontinue, which is the name of the album, I should have mentioned that before, it's Alarum Recontinue. Recontinue delves into the theme of regeneration, growth from what's seemingly dead or damaged, resilience to adversity, and finding strength in hard times. Lyrically, Recontinue explores questions and concepts on humanity's self-destructive behavior towards ourselves, our social connections, and our planet. It's a call to arms for all people to recontinue, find better ways to connect, resolve, and prosper while accepting the inevitable ups and downs of the human experience. This is the band's first release since their 2020 album, I think it was, thereabouts, Circle's End, which I quite liked. It was funny enough that I got aware of this one because Nikki, former show alumni Nikki, she jumped in and voted for this as a part of the Audience Choice Top 10 of last year, and that's how I became aware of it, and I've gone through and dug it out and was happy to have it assigned to me, and here we go. Like other bands in tonight's episode, this is a unique band. Won't be for everyone, which has been covered off, but they are impressively good at what they do and have been since they started. For me, sort of the closest comparisons in my musical wheelhouse are bands like Voivod, 12 Foot Ninja, things like that, maybe the Mastodon there, but they're also nothing like those bands at the same time. It's just these little touchstone moments. You might find gateways through those. It's technical, it's progressive, it's heavy, it's jazz fusion, it's extreme, it's all blended together into what is Alarum. After opening up with a lovely instrumental track, actually, you quickly get to the meat on the bone in this one. And Imperative, that track, that second one, is one of those tracks that gives you that hint of Voivod if you're hearing it, if that's what sort of pricks your ears. Not quite as thrashy, a little more technical, but it's the dissonant part of it is what sort of puts me in mind of it. That said, you've got things in there like little bass runs that flow into the jazz fusion side of things with this band, and all around this you have these raspy vocals back in the mix that suit this style of music perfectly. For all of that, there's this groove and energy that really, it's hard to deny. I think it could possibly, that's where I get rid of the Mastodon sort of vibe for me. There's something about it that sort of sucks you in and keeps coming back for more. But there's also under all that great tones. This can be glorious in the blending and the sound of the whole thing. Overall, it sounds great. It's funny how music like this can be so intense at times, and the vocals, aren't these soaring melodies, but there's something about this sonically that is quite beautiful, especially just tonally and the way it's been put together, and especially in the more instrumental moments. Things like The Visitor kind of showcase the beauty that can be here. There's this whole jazz lounge sort of part of this band that sort of flows in, and that those spaces left for that kind of element of the band to shine sort of really highlight both the beauty and the technicality and just how diverse and talented they are. But this can be both lush, beautiful instrumental, and then an instrument of blunt force trauma when it wants to be as well in equal measure. To really appreciate this one, I think you need to sit down and give it your time and give it your full attention. I think the panning alone on A Lifelong Question is fantastic, and just one of those reasons why you need to sort of sit down with this one and take it all in. You can do it as a casual listener, but I don't think you get the full experience. There's great performances. I love how the drums and the bass still cut through, even with the guitars being at the front of this thing overall. And that, to me, is a few things. Like, every element here shines. There's part of the mixing is a part of that, but also just the talent on display, the writing, the way the notes have been chosen, the way it's all been put together. Every single thing has, like, even when there's the wall of sound guitars, there's still enough room there for the bass and drums to sort of go under it, but still get your attention. I don't know how they put this together. They do things in their heads that don't enter my mind, but they did it, and it's really interesting. I think that everything about it just sort of, I don't know, somehow it shines through, every little bit of it. There's great light and shade in this one. I think the quiet moments really set up the impact of the heavier moments, so they've got the two sides of the coin there too. The changes from song to song across the album are fantastic, but also the changes within the songs to make those moments work even more. It's just so well done. Great solos. If you want flashy guitar work, you've got plenty of that here as well. And I think that, if the solo alone in a Lifelong Question is worth the price of entry. That could be one of those ones that might be up there for solo of the year for me, actually, so far anyway. I think, like I said, the whole album is a great representation of how to make music like this flow. It's usually this sort of stuff gets technical and can sort of get bogged down in the weeds, but especially for someone like me who struggles with other bands that try and do things a bit more technical. But this one, for me, somehow they make it organic and it flows and it's easy to get into and just get stuck, run away with it. And what have I got there? What the hell? Sorry, I made a note here about fucking, what have I done? My notes are all over the joint. I don't know how I wrote this one at like midnight last night, so it's been fucking whatever. Anyway, I think that the song 0930 is, if you want to find, like, there's usually one song on an album which is like, this is the epitome of the album, and I think that song, I'm glad it was a single on this one because it really does sort of sum up this listening experience in one fell swoop. It's got beauty, it's got aggression, it's got everything. The way it shifts between the modes of this band is nothing short of amazing. All in all, that song should give you a taste of this eclectic yet talented band. And if you like that, go and check out their other work as well, including this album and other albums too. Like, I think if any of this grabs you, any of their work over the years, of which there's quite a bit, will be quite impressive to you. I've been aware of these guys since the early days when they were near the start of their time. Actually, I started not following them, but like my neighbor was a guitarist in a local band when Alarum started off, and so I've been aware of these guys since the mid 90s, not quite the early 90s. And I've enjoyed everything I've listened to from these guys. They're different. They're a bit more challenging, but they're one of those bands where if they do get the hooks into you, you're going to be thoroughly impressed with it. So I gave this one 9 shots. I enjoyed this one quite a lot. Nikki was right. She said I would love it, and she nailed it. 9 shots, Imperative, The Visitor, 0930, and Into Existing I stand out, but there's no dud moments here. There's a lot of great music, and there's going to be probably something, if you like it at all, you'll find something here that will definitely get your attention. It's one of those albums too that I think that everyone will have different standouts because there's just something about it that's unique for everyone as they go through it. Let's do the rounds, see how everyone else went with it. Dave, any thoughts?
Yeah, I know this is local, so I apologize beforehand, but I fucking hated this. This was absolutely fucking painful to listen to. I don't know what the fuck is going on with prog, but just mixing 5 or 6 different styles together and calling it a song is not fucking music. It starts off with some type of fucking sick electronic beat shit with some fucking soloing shit over it. And I wonder why people struggle with Joe Satriani's instrumental music when this is full of it, but it's okay if you have some fucking growling vocals over it. And then there's other parts where it goes in the jazz lounge and then it goes back to the fucking heavy. There might be a cool riff, but then you got some cunt growling over it. It's like mixing 6 or 7 fucking styles together. And at some point, it sounds like they're all playing a different song at once. This was absolutely fucking painful. And the guy incoherently growling and over it made it just agony. But yeah, no, I know this is local, but thumbs down, fucking Ben. I fucking hate modern prog. It just shits me. It's just fucking...
Yeah, fair enough.
It was 1 hour of not knowing when one song started and another one finished, and just incoherent. Let's do this and let's do that. And people criticize the way Metallica write songs because they write riffs and then they piece them together. You know, they work to make them flow, but apparently people hate that. With people just like bitching on Metallica. But if this band does it and just mixes anything together, it's a song. It's fantastic. It's art. It's prog.
I'd argue there's a reason why these guys aren't as big as Metallica.
Every single criticism I have heard for Dream Theater in the last 20 years is represented in this. At least Dream Theater can write a fucking coherent song.
Fair enough. All right. Let's go to Belle next. Any thoughts?
Well, fucking hell.
In the middle, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Look, there's definitely talent in this band. They definitely, they can play their instruments. And there were moments of awesomeness, but just when you kind of get into a cool riff and a groove, they'll just, just come over the top with something else. And that's what they do. That's how they form their songs, and people are into it. I get that, but it was just a bit jarringly different for me to just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. I think, I don't know.
It's not an easy listen. I'm not going to say it's an easy listen.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, I like to just get into what I'm listening to, and I couldn't kind of get into it.
I think Belle, I'm going to assume you like songs with a verse, chorus, solo, bridge, something fucking coherent. Maybe at least one riff that they go back to as a reference point, like Dream Theater do. That's like composition of normal fucking songwriting. Yeah. Modern prog is just, let's just put one thing on top of another, and then let's do another thing, and let's call it a song, and then we'll do another 20 songs that are exactly the fucking same.
Yeah, wow. So you know what? If the prog fan is really struggled with it, then now, and I really started
my getting pretentious and weird for the sake of it.
Yeah, I like quirky, but this is just a little bit too far for me, I think, in terms of quirkiness. So yeah. I give it 6 shots.
Yeah.
Old school prog, they still wrote songs. They were just longer. They were exactly what your favorite rock band did. They just did longer riffs, longer sections, more solos, but they were basically still writing the same structure. Now prog is just, let's mix 20 different fucking genres together and put one riff after the next, and we'll just call it a song.
No, well, we got one more. Jeff, anything you want to add to this conversation?
Yeah, I'd like to say that I couldn't agree more from our other two previous hosts. Look, if you like King Crimson, which I fucking love King Crimson,
I like King Crimson.
You rock with metal. There is, we'll listen to this. That's back to this.
Jeff's choppy.
Look, Jeff, can't hear you, mate.
Jeff, maybe jump in again. Reestablish your connection. Unfortunately, it's not really working that well. So maybe jump in and jump out, jump in again, just to give us a bit of buffer there. For some reason, I don't know why it's not working for you tonight, but we'll get you in here in a second.
I heard King Crimson. I like King Crimson.
I heard the King Crimson part. Yeah. We'll move on. Let's quickly here. There's a few comments. While Jeff does that, Craig says Alarum music 8, vocal 1, overall 5. Michael says needs a lot more listens from me, but I enjoyed listening to this album. Thanks, Andrew and Nikki. Craig says I've only heard this one song, but it's enough to turn me off. So there we go. We are going to get different. And Vinny says, I struggled to follow this one track. Might just need to focus on the groove, let it breathe more. This is a soundtrack to ADHD.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was easy. It's one of those ones that it's
as Belle said, they're great musicians. They can play lots of different styles well. Write a fucking song.
Oh, well, we'll see what happens. Next week will be a different kettle of fish, though. We'll get Jeff back in here in a minute to give us his thoughts. But just before we do that, Belle, you have Crash and the Crappenters of A Love Renewed. That is your assignment next week. Yeah, a band called Crash and the Crappenters of A Love Renewed. I'll put it in the playlist. It's all right.
It sounds awful. Okay.
We'll see. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Okay. And it's got crap in the title. It does not fill me.
Are they some type of punk band?
No.
No? Oh, it sounds like a punk band.
I don't think so, anyway, from memory. I have heard some of this.
Sound like a
I really hope they're not. because if they're punk, they are not getting a good review just because I don't like punk.
Neither do I.
All right, we'll see what happens. I'll give it a.
God.
I don't think they're punk. Memory.
They have a song called "Fuck Christmas." Yeah, I think we can be friends.
Why was it not in the Christmas special?
Here we go. There's a bio. Hey guys, rather than bore you with the usual bio, here is the way we were described by Sydney punk writer Lionel Beauregard in his Loose Punk zine recently. If Joe Strummer, E Pop, Henry Rollins, and Bob Marley ejaculated into a petri dish, the contents of which was used to artificially inseminate Patti Smith, Crash and the Carpenters would be the bastard offspring. Stay cool. So we'll see. Bill, as always with these things.
Yeah, and on Bandcamp they thank DG and Johnny Ramone, Iggy Pop. Fuck yeah, they're punk.
I'm gonna hate it. I'll tell you right now, I am gonna hate it.
I'm with you, Belle. I can't fucking stand punk.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll double check and we'll see what happens with it. I might do some change because I don't want to make people do hate reviews if I can avoid it as well. So Craig's
rather not.
We'll see. Sit with it. I've got other ones there. I've got plenty of other examples to go through. There's plenty there to play with. So don't worry. I can give you another band if it doesn't work out, and we'll find someone more open to doing one of those sorts of things.
That's
Craig
Jeff.
says.
It has to be
Jeff. Yeah, I think so. Fuck me, Santa. Fuck me, Santa. Vinny's gone calling sick next week, Bill. Michael's on. Just figured out why Dave is a bit salty. He missed out on going to the Kylie concert. Hey, Dave, she doesn't growl. I don't know. Kylie?
No, she doesn't. I've actually preferred listening to Kylie than most fucking metal vocals these days. I would seriously listen to Kylie Minogue over most fucking growly metal vocals. At least she can hold a fucking tune. You might be auto-tuned, but at least she can hold a tune. and she writes songs.
Yes, this matters. Jeff's always having an issue with his computer at the moment, so we'll get back to that in a second. So I'll wait for Jeff to come back in. What I'll do quickly here is just do a recap of the Thin Lizzy stuff, and then we'll get back to, hopefully Jeff will jump in shortly. But we've been going through doing album by album, week on week, a different Thin Lizzy album every week, and just going through and having fun with it. And we started off with a bunch of different ones. And this week, I think, I've got to scroll down here. We're going to round 6 this week, which is the 1976 album Jailbreak. So from that, you're going to have the obligatory reference track, which I think you all fucking know which one you're going to get anyway. But that's just the most popular track.
Do the Cowboy song.
I couldn't find a video. That's the thing about it. So it's all.
Funny alive.
I did. I just went quickly, man. I was doing my notes for this at 12:30 this morning. So yeah, I was sort of like, fuck. I was just quickly grabbing the nearest link I could find. And Michael's gone, you got an Andrew Dave loves Kylie. So there we go. But yeah, there's a reference track. You know what it is. But everyone knows this album anyway. Jailbreak is the album we're going to be talking about tonight. But just as a quick recap, last week we have to go through the results of that, which we went through and did Fighting. So from that, Bell chose Spirit Slips Away. I took Rosalie. Jeff took Ballad of the Hard Man. And Dave went off into the distance somewhere and picked this bonus track, basically half cast for.
Such a good song.
Yes, and I
didn't get any points, did I?
You'll find out in a moment because
I'll be impressed.
Always as cut and dried as you think. Because points get assigned, regardless. You may get no votes and you might still get points, kind of thing, because of the way we structure things out to get things involved in a tie. So that said, the audience top 5 went something like this. Number 5 was Silver Dollar. Number 4, Wild One. Number 3, King's Vengeance. Number 2 was Suicide. Number 1 was Rosalie. So I think we all know where that takes things as we roll on. So to put this in perspective, last week I was out in front with 165 points. Jeff was on 135, Bell 130, Dave 130. So we've still got that log jam in that sort of quote-unquote second place, even though we've got a long way to go. Yes, this is a long way from over. To make things interesting here, because Jeff and Dave picked songs that didn't really get a lot of love, they both split the points difference between them. So Dave and Jeff both got 25 points. Now we've lost Bell. Don't know what's going on.
We're dropping tonight. Fuck.
I know. Everyone's dropping like flies. Anyway, Dave, you got points. You got 25 points for that one.
25 sympathy points. I get a ribbon just for showing up.
You got to do something.
But seriously, people, listen to that fucking song. It's good. That's why I picked it.
Yeah,
you need to pay attention to the B-sides because it's a good song.
Hey Jeff, how you going?
Hopefully I'm better. In my back. Where'd Belle go?
I don't know. She dropped out as you were jumping in, so I don't know what happened to Belle.
We're playing musical chairs, motherfucker.
Sorry, guys. All right, look, I'm going to do my review. So I'm just going to say that I'll do it as quickly as possible. Yeah. You guys are fucking crazy. This is amazing. I love this fucking album. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was fantastic. I'm a huge fan of King Crimson. This is nothing new, Dave. This type of music's been around since the 70s.
Yeah, King Crimson write fucking songs, man.
Listen to the album Discipline. One thing it's so and then you'll see the comparisons. There's nothing there's nothing on that album Discipline that you could play on the radio because it's not cohesive in the sense of a song, but it's brilliant. What's that? I didn't see what that was.
No. That was every King Crimson album.
Okay.
First.
Bill's back.
Yeah, I fucking love King Crimson.
Welcome back, Bill. All right, so look,
welcome back, Jeff.
Thank you. Look, I'm going to say that this album pressed the fuck out of me. These guys are really, really, really good. This had vibes of fuck is going on here? I don't know. I'm getting some weird shit happening. Well. So I got vibes of Steve Vai. There was some Steve Vai. There was King Crimson. There was some Yes. It's all in a fusion of different styles. Loved it. Keep doing this stuff, guys. I think it's fantastic. I'm going to give this 9 shots because I loved it that much.
And these things for everyone to enjoy as well. So that escalates.
2 thumbs up. 2 kittens.
2 kittens. Oh, hello.
And 2 thumbs up to the kitties too. Yes.
And 1 cat's ass from me. Thank you.
Yeah, they don't like the album that much. So that's all right. Hey, Ben.
Anyway, look, it's all comes down to taste. I just liked it.
Yeah, cool. It's all right. It's funny how it's so it's actually an interesting case point. And just again, this whole night seems to be like an exercise in people's tolerances. It just seems to be one of those weeks.
But really showcasing the differences in our some nights we're like, yeah, that's great. We're all of us like united in we love everything or don't like everything.
Yeah,
but
that's it.
There's been a real divide and it's interesting.
And it's moving too. It's not like it's 2 people in the same camp the whole time. People are shifting around, which is interesting, which is cool. Cat's gone, what the fuck's going on tonight? Drop in, drop out. Cats, we got it all happening. I don't know, Cat.
It's musical chairs.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. And
Ghostbusters. It's great reference.
Yes, thank you. Jeff kicks Belle out. So there we go.
Jeff.
Oh,
that was all.
Moment. I wonder if I can pick movie references quicker than guitar riffs.
That was Ghostbusters.
I picked it straight away.
Yeah.
I did guess the riff a couple of weeks ago. I was wondering if somebody else did it, how fucking quick I would do it. Because when Sisters Doll played Australia's Got Talent, they played 1 note and I guessed the song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I can, and like movie dialogue, I can usually pick it really quick. I wonder which one I'm quicker on, movies or music.
Let's test that one day. We'll find a way to test that. Let's see if we can actually.
I'll do a quiz.
We could. Yeah, Belle, you've got tonight's quiz, but we could do a quiz at some point. This is homework for someone. Do a challenge if it's a movie dialogue or a song lyric.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
I like that.
Yeah, there we go. So we'll see which one of us gets there first. Guru's jumped into saying greetings, rockers across the plane. Hello. Good to see you, man. Hopefully keep them well over there.
It's like that Sigourney Weaver or Glenn Danzig meme.
Yes, that's it.
That
could be like the image to go with that quiz. So the same. You never say both at the same time.
Danzig comes out with that big fucking robot thing. Mother.
Get away from her, you bitch.
Get away from her, you mother.
Anyway, I was also before we're going to quickly recap here. Guru's here. I'll say Battery is a great album opener. Yes, that is a very good album opener. Very good album opener. So, yeah, that was the question for tonight too. By the way, get involved and let us know your favorite album opening tracks as we go through things. I was quickly recapping just for everyone's benefit here the score overall for last week. So, Jeff, you and Dave split 25 points. between you for your picks for off of fighting, which brings, so like I said, last week I was out on 165, then it was Jeff on 135, Bell 130, Dave 130. To go over the scores, this week I got 50 points, Bell got 40, and both Dave and Jeff split 25 points apiece. Which means I have a change in order. I'm on 215 now, but Bell's jumped up to 170. And Jeff and Dave are still neck and neck at 160 and 155 points, respectively. So Jeff 160, Dave 155. But it's still a long, long way to go because even after the night, we've still got more than a half dozen albums to go. So there's a long, long way to go. This is nowhere near over. And tonight we're going to go through the album Jailbreak and pick some songs from that. Yes, there we go. There's one. And Dave, you went last week, which means you get first call this week. So your thoughts on Thin Lizzy from Jailbreak and your song choice from this album, please, good sir.
Yeah, I had a whole like last week. I had a whole story about this album, but fuck it, I can't be fucked here. So yeah, this is a great album. Finally, album number 6. They get a hit, and I should probably go with The Boys Are Back in Town because I know I'll get the fucking points. But fuck that. It's a great song, but it's not their best song. It's certainly not the only song they ever did, and it's not the best song on the album. And, I could go the Cowboy song because I love that fucking song too. But, I'm going Warrior because that song's fantastic. And the last time we did Thin Lizzy, Andrew didn't pick this as a standout. And then we did the Live and Dangerous, and he fucked up then, and he fucked up the other time because he didn't pick it then either. Great song. What the fuck, dude?
Dave, spoiler, is not in my top 4 this time either. So
what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
It's my number 2.
Best song in the album. So fun to play. Excellent riff, excellent melody. But fuck yeah, Warrior. Probably not going to get the points, but fuck it. Follow your heart, not your fucking success.
It's all good. We'll see. I could be the outlier and Dave could be the one in front this time because I have a funny feeling this will be one of those albums where people aren't going to vote the way we think they're going to vote, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, Belle, you go second this week, so over to you.
Oh, do I get...
Yeah.
Well, I'm with Dave, and I'm going to say, fuck The Boys Are Back in Town. That was my number 9 song off this because I really don't... I don't particularly like it. It's not a bad song, but it's certainly not... Well, it's like the 9th best song on the album, and there's 9 songs on the album. So
they did so much better. I mean, great song, it's great and everything, but they did so much. There's more to this band.
I agree with that.
Get why it's a hit.
More to this band. Yeah.
But that's what people know them for, and nobody digged fucking deeper. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
No, it's funny how we got the conversation at album openers here tonight, but we'll get to that in a second. Belle, you still got to give us your thoughts and your choice.
So I don't think there's no bad song. There's no bad songs here. But my favorite song on this album is Emerald, so I'm going to go with that.
Nice pick. Yes.
Was in my top 4. There you go. Was in my top 4.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good song.
It's funny in the context of things here because we were talking. I get to go next. Jeff goes last this week, unfortunately. But this to me is sort of much more like it. Yes, okay, it's got one of the big hits in Boys Back in Town. Like Dave said, they finally got a hit song when they were, kept trooping away for so long. Apart from Whiskey in the Jar, which was,
And cheers to the record company for keeping them on for 6 albums until they got a hit. That does not happen these days.
No, would not happen today. But I think that this album, while it's got the big hits, it's one of those ones that Belle said, there's no bad tracks here. This one actually has some genuinely fantastic deeper cuts. So much so that, most of my songs are deeper cuts on this one. And no, The Boys Are Back in Town is not my number 1 song on this album either. I think that you can feel it all clicking for me here. This is where you started to get that melting pot of everything that I've done up until this point and a few other, cogs being turned. So this is where you start to really get the foundation of what this band goes on to become for what they're known for more than anything else, whereas the other ones are sort of them really growing into it. But, this is sort of like almost the midway point of it all, and I think that it's a fantastic album from beginning to end, and I love it to death. It's actually hard to pick a song because in terms of what song do you go for, we talk about the whole night is like, album openers. Jailbreak's a fucking killer album opener. Like it's a really good album opener. So I'm torn between that and Belle took Emerald and I love that song too. But I'm torn between Jailbreak and Cowboy Song. I'm trying to decide right now which one of those two am I going to go for. I'm gonna go Jailbreak. I'm gonna do that one.
Dude.
I know, but it's
it's hard between those two.
Yeah, and so for me, I don't know. The reason why is because it's they're both so different in feel and vibe. But I'm just going to go with Jailbreak because I'm keeping with my fun vibe. I'm just finding the fun side of this band to be the more. And I love Cowboy Song, even though it's not the happiest song at all.
And the fucking Anthrax cover of that is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great song. Well done. But this time around, I almost got there, but I'm going to go with Jailbreak in the end, which leaves us with Jeff to take the last.
Have you heard the live version of? Have you heard the live version of Cowboys Song where they go straight into the Boys Are Back in Town?
Not for a long time, but I have, yeah.
And they just do that whole Cowboys live, and you can even in the audio, you can see it in the video. In the audio, you can hear the smile on Phil's face.
Yeah.
Before it says, "Is the life for me?" and then it just goes straight into the Boys Are Back in Town. That's a fucking cool moment.
No, it's such.
Is it on that? Is it on that one? Because they do it on here.
If they're one before the each other, it's a Cowboy Song to Boys Are Back in Town.
Chinatown, the Cowboy Song, and the Boys Are Back in Town.
Yeah, guarantee they do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking cool, Belle. Where'd you get that?
Japan.
There we go.
Of course.
All right, Jeff, you get the final call, and there's a big fish on there if you want it.
We can't hear you, dude.
We can't hear you at all, Jeff.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can.
Yes, we can.
Weird.
Turned his mic off. Yeah.
No, I didn't. But that's bizarre. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm not sure why you couldn't hear me before, but I don't care. I'm here, so you can hear me now.
Yes.
So fuck you all. No, I'm just kidding. Look, I'm gonna take. Yeah, where'd that come from? I'm gonna take. Look, there's no way I thought that 2 songs would be left at this stage. No fucking way, right? And I've got Dave snapping at my ass behind me, so I'm gonna take Boys Are Back in Town.
Yep, fair enough.
I wanted Jailbreak. I that's my personal favorite of the album, but yeah, I'll settle for the Boys because that would probably be my second favorite. Yeah, look, I'm a greatest hits kind of guy when it comes to Thin Lizzy.
It's all good. It's all valid.
I know that. Look, this is my favorite album from them, so there's no doubt about it. But yeah,
cool.
Boys
there we go.
We're back in town.
This is going to be an interesting one to see how this goes. Yeah, Jeff, you might get some points, but I did say before it might be one of those albums where I think that people might just sort of
I agree.
Than we expect. So Dave took Warrior, Bill took Emerald, I took Jailbreak, and Jeff took The Boys Are Back in Town. He got to go there. He got to take the most popular track play-wise with the last pick of the bunch. So this will be interesting to see.
Will it pay off? Yeah, it'll be
it's interesting. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Album openers here. Vinny's gone Monkey Business on Slave to the Grind. Great album opener. That is.
Yeah,
absolutely. Darren's gone favorite opener. Aces High. Yes, that's a great one too.
Yes.
Guru saying Emerald. There we go. And Cat's going Emerald is my favorite as well. So there we go.
Vote.
Guru's gone Go Miss B. You got to vote on TikTok and YouTube.
Thanks, Guru.
Yeah. Cat's gone the guitar and Emerald and sick. Guru says the Emerald guitar chase sums up what they were all about to me. So there we go. We're getting a lot of love in this one.
Yes. Well, it's deserving.
Craig's on Emerald 1, Cowboy Song 2, Warrior 3, 4, Jailbreak. So we'll see what happens. And Vinny says Live Wire, Too Fast to Love. Interesting album opener as well. That is a good pick for that one as well. All right. So all that being done, next week we're going to go through Johnny the Fox. So that is the next album coming up next week. So
another good album. Really good album.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Dave ducked out, which is unfortunate because now we've got to get him back in here because it's time for something completely different. This is the part of the show where one of us takes over and does whatever the fuck they want for a limited period of time. And Belle has the call this week. It's Belle's game to play this week. So, do I need to have a scoring method for everyone here, Belle?
Okay, so I've done this before. Because I couldn't think of anything new, and I've got a stack of fucking records next to me here. Like, I've got all this Thin Lizzy, I've got other stuff for later, and I'm doing the record thing again. So
that was my favorite, I think.
That's cool.
I'll just put this.
Get yourself set up. Guru said meets Jimmy the Weed has all the swag going on.
Oh, love that one.
There we go.
We're gonna get any fucking points for what I took. I can't believe it.
We'll see.
It keeps going. Yeah, holy shit.
We'll see. All right, so Belle, you're set up. We'll see how things go here. Try and get this one.
Hopefully, mate.
Hopefully
we got the knack of things from last time. Remember the whole?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a little. Well, we got there in the end.
Yeah. So you might need to adjust your white balance on the camera. But
I put white around them this time, and I think the trick was I had to just hold it like close to the camera on my laptop. I don't think
that the glare is going to be as bad this time around, Belle. It looks like a bit different ambient lighting, so I don't think the glare is going to matter as much.
It was a different, it was a different house. So
different house. Okay. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, Dave, you're back in time.
I'm back.
I'm playing the old game with the Bell with the albums.
Time for something completely different.
That's the album.
Going off.
What is going on with Caesar?
I have no idea. He's losing his mind at something. So
am I still lagging?
No, you're good.
No, you're pretty good. So I think you're pretty good.
I rebooted the whole damn thing. I'm not sure what the fuck.
Don't blame you. All right, Belle, over to you. We're doing the record game again. Like
guess the album. I've got 10. I've got 10 albums here. That so I'll just go through it again for those that don't remember or weren't here last time. What I've done is I've got these albums, but they're all on the floor now. I've done an album. And I'll hold it back here. I've cut out a window, so you have to guess what the album is based on just the snippet that I've selected on the album cover. So I don't know, Andrew, how you want to go about someone calling it out, or
I might solo you.
We just go. We yell. We go ding ding ding. We got it. Just yell that.
I'll let Andrew take. All right, so I'm just gonna step aside because I won't be able to see if I'm holding the album out.
Yep, all good. So I'm gonna pop Belle in solo mode, and then the three of us just basically yell the answer. I think it's the only way it's realistically gonna work because I'm not gonna
yell your name, say who it are because we could get confused. So
just yell out the fucking album title.
Andrew. No, but say your name and then
No, just do the album title. I know.
Just do the album title. It worked fine last time.
I'll keep up, Jeff. It's okay. I'll keep up.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. All right, Belle, I'm going to put you in solo mode, so hopefully you're someone you're ready to go.
She doesn't like solos.
Guru says, long way to the top, high voltage opener. Interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely more album openers there. Belle, you let me know when you're ready to go, because you're obviously picking these up. Oh, you're ready. Okay, here we go then. Solo mode for Belle. Here we go.
Okay, you're up, Belle.
Okay. All right. So
album number 1.
Album number 1. What is that?
That's Rainbow Rising.
Oh, it's not. It's close.
Oh, shit. It's Rainbow.
It's definitely Rainbow.
Oh
my God!
Lock Up the Walls?
No. Okay, do I get more than one vote or not?
Only Dave. Dave has to give up.
Am I out?
I'm out. So
the first Rainbow album.
Yes.
Belle, we can barely hear you. There's something on with the
first
audio.
Rainbow album.
I was croaking. I wasn't actually talking.
Oh, okay.
Is that it? You ready for the reveal?
Yeah, it's Unveil.
Yep.
Unveil. I thought it was the first Rainbow album. I thought, but hey.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Rainbow. That's Jeff just album second go around, which is cool.
I say Jeff got that one.
Yeah, I say Jeff got that one. It's all good.
All right, I won't argue.
Number 2.
All right, let's do it.
All right, number 2.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood, Sex, Sugar, Magic.
Yeah, Dave got that one.
Yeah.
Yep. Well done, Dave.
Yep. Good one, Dave. Yeah, that's a good one.
Just rip it off. Off we go.
Rip it off.
Well done. Yep. Nicely
That's
done.
a good day. All right. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Andrew's in the rear.
Way behind.
Only one behind.
Oh, we'll see how it goes.
You can catch it.
All right.
Goat's Head Soup, Rolling Stones.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
All right, Dave. Well done.
I
had no idea on that one.
I wouldn't have got that in a month.
That's a cool fucking album.
Yeah.
I'm a massive Rolling Stones fan, so obviously I got it.
Yeah,
You'd have to be.
All right.
The insert on that album is fucking crazy.
Dave wins the award for most obscure. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was good.
I love the Stones, man. Fuck it.
I like them too, but not that much.
Yeah, fucking smashed that one.
You're missing out, man.
Sorry, I'm having technical.
So good. This whole night's technical difficulties. It's one of those nights. I knew it was going to be one of those nights. Yes, 4. Ooh.
Jesus Christ, what is that?
I know this one. I can hear Bill laughing.
It looks like Chucky's Bride of Chucky stuck in a pyramid. What the fuck?
I must have always been into creepy dolls since I was a teenager. That gives you a clue of how old this is.
Sorry, what?
We can't really hear you, Bill. I don't know if you've lost the mic.
It's 70s. It's definitely 70s.
I'll turn the mic around because I'm facing the other way.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
That's a bit better.
Bit better. I think you might have stumped this.
Yeah, you might have got us on this one.
Oh, really? Okay.
So we get some clues.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Are you Gillan? Wow.
No, never would have got that.
Yeah, we would have got that.
No.
Never would have
Wouldn't
got
have known that
that.
one.
Not in a
No,
million
on that.
fucking years.
How
My
cool is
life
Halloween?
depended on that. Getting that album, I'd be dead.
Yep.
Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. You're fucking cool, Belle. Horror movies are all.
It's a good backdrop.
An Axel!
Falling down. My own made of makeup falling down.
Hey, what are we on? 6? 5 or 6?
5.
That was
Number
5
5 now.
Am I winning?
Yes.
By 1.
Only a little, Bell. It's very hard to hear you, to be honest.
It's okay. Just show the albums.
We'll work it out.
Oh, Stormbringer.
Deep motherfucker. Yeah.
Jeff got that one.
Yeah.
There we
That's
go.
cool.
Nicely done. All right. Number 6. Wow. I'm going to be out. As opposed to? Ooh.
Oh.
Think what?
Think Australian.
Aussie.
Yeah, okay.
Classic Aussie rock.
Oh,
man.
No.
I think
I'm out.
I've got the Jets in my head, but I don't know if it's the Jets.
I'm thinking
Earlier.
Okay.
Yep.
Skyhooks.
Yeah, Skyhawk's been next, I guess.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick myself and I'm out.
All right, reveal.
Yeah, reveal Bell. You've got us stumped again.
I fucking knew it was Cold Chisel.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't get much classic than that.
Yeah, no, you well done, Bell. You're getting us on that one. So it's 2 to Dave, 2 to Jeff, and 2 we didn't get at all, and I'm fucking in the caboose. So there we go. All righty. Up to number 7.
So we're halfway there?
No, number 7 now.
Oh.
Oh, Skid Row is the grind.
Okay. Do we all get a point for that one?
I think we have to all get a point for that.
I think we all get that one. That's a tie.
Yeah. Point everyone.
Yep, that's fair.
All right. Give that one. Fuck, we just went bang straight away, all 3 of us. That was good. Went from not knowing it all to everyone bang.
Oh, them.
Yes.
Yep. Jeff got that one.
Damn.
Nice. Well done.
That's cool, Adam.
4, 7. That's 1 more to go, I think. Yep. All right.
Ready.
Oh, Foregone in
It's in
Flames.
flames. Yeah, it is.
Wow.
That's right.
Yay.
Wow.
Good
I got that one.
Yeah, Dave got that one. Dave got that one, which means I'll get this off. Which means, funnily enough, that Dave and Jeff, you couldn't be split at the end. You had a tie between the two.
We tied.
Ooh.
Dave and Jeff tied.
Oh,
cheers,
Bell, you didn't do a random. Just whatever you got cut out, just grab another record and just put something randomly over something.
Yeah, do that. That's a really good
Okay.
idea.
Okay. Oh, this is going to be too easy. All right.
Make it tough. Make it hard.
You're going to have to be quick. All right.
Yep.
You're going to have to be quick.
Oh, Power Slave.
Power Slave, Iron Maiden.
Jeff got there. Jeff got it. Well done, Jeff. Wake up, Jeff. You got there in the end. Well done. That's a good one, Belle. Well done. That's always fun.
That's fun.
I like that game.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I fucking loved it last time, and it's so much fun this time.
It is. It's great.
I think we need to do it more often.
Yeah.
And it's what really fucked up the whole segment. So great job, Belle. Because we just go fucking wild.
You know, we could have had. I mean, I got it by a second, I think, if that. And we could have had another tie. You would have to do it again because Dave was just right on my. Yeah.
Just right behind.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good. It was good when it's
really.
competitive.
I'm gonna say fuck it. I am gonna say because I'm a guy. I'm a gentleman. Dave and I tied.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, dude.
Oh,
it's the slimmest of margins, anyways. It's all good. Bit of fun.
He was come on. He was right there. Yeah. So
well done again to Belle for a fantastic game.
Yeah, I love that. I love that game.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a lot of fun.
I love that game.
And you know what, Belle, you have a fucking awesome collection of records.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, you have no idea. But yeah, maybe we keep playing it.
Yeah, well, we'll find out your collection as well.
We'll get to see your whole collection eventually. Yeah.
Thank you, Dave.
2035. Amount of fucking records. I got to come up with a new idea.
That's when you go to CDs just for the fun of it. Like,
oh,
that could be hard.
Sleep.
All right, we got some comments here quickly. Vinny's gone, is this a Belle Copperfield thing? Where did she go? I can still hear her. So there we go.
Yeah. I'm glad someone could hear me.
Yeah. Craig says goat head. Vinny says she's streaming from the toilet.
Just kind of sound like that for a while. It was a weird echo. Yeah.
Okay.
Breakfast at Sweetheart Chisel. Michael got that one. So there we go. Michael got it. Craig says slave. Vinny says, well done, Belle. Still my favourite of the weekly game. So there we go. We got some more love for the game there.
Thanks,
and
Vinny.
says, way to go, Belle. Need to wear your mic though. So we'll just get the audio.
Yeah.
There's always something. We're not paid to do this, folks.
We're not professional.
All right. What I might do here. All right. We're going to do quickly. We'll make it quick. All right. Opening track challenge basically is what we're calling this one, and it's basically pick an album amongst us all that has an iconic opening track, and then we'll sort of quickly give our thoughts on whether we agree that album is the best served with that opening track, or do we think another one could have possibly filled the same role. We could go more in depth. I don't want to make this drag on too long, so I want to do one more thing tonight before we get out of here, and I don't want us to sort of be here later than we all plan to be anyway.
Yeah.
So let's do this quickly just for a bit of fun here. It's a bit of a quick fun one here, just quickly. So let's move down to the first album that I have on the list because Dave put his in first. So I'm going to go with that. And this is
champion.
Dave has chosen Iron Maiden Power Slave.
Oh my goodness. I happen to have a copy right here.
Yes.
What do you know?
Right?
Imagine that. Wow.
So Dave, tell us why you picked this album for its opening track.
We reviewed this album a couple of times, and I piss people off every time I say it because it's known as one of their best albums, but there is some filler on it. So if you took Aces High off, and I 2 Minutes to Midnight's a fantastic song, but Power Slave's a great song. But is Power Slave strong enough to open an album? Possibly not. Put Aces High anywhere else. This album is perfectly structured. You start off with Aces High, end with Rhyme in the Ancient Manner. I think I'm not familiar. I should be more familiar with this album tracks, but I had fuck all time to prepare. I just think that Aces High really sets the fucking album, and I thought it was a good thing for this category. Yeah, and I just picked the first one that went but it kind of fit the bill, and I should have fought more because somebody mentioned Battery earlier. I should have gone with Master of Puppets.
Well, we won't. We might do this again, and we can sort of play with it as we go through. A bit of fun one here tonight. All right, let's do the rounds. Jeff, your thoughts on Power Slave and the opening track, and what you might think would work otherwise.
Look, it is a great opening track. There's no question. And for a long time, when Maiden, they were playing, they would open up with that song because, well, it's just a great song. It's a great album opener, and it's got a little bit of everything that you'd want. It's got that energy to get you going, so replacing that, let's say they replace Aces High with Power Slave. Could you do it? Yes, I think you could. But I don't think the album would have the, it's weird because, what if the album had come, right? We would never have known that. We would never know the difference. But of all the songs on the album, I think Power Slave is probably the next most iconic song in the sense that you would never open with Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, for instance.
No.
It's too, it's too niche for one. There'd be people going, great song, but opening up an album with this is bizarre. So I think maybe the only song that you really can open this album up is Aces High. Maybe 2 Minutes to Midnight, but I don't know.
Not the same powerful impact.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would lose something. I think
It's
whoever did the album track listing, whether it was Rod Smallwood or Martin Birch or the guys, I don't know, but it was a well worked out well.
Okay, Bill.
Yeah, it can't. Yeah, it can't be anything else. But I know that that's what it is.
Yeah.
But trying to think, outside of what I know, I thought, okay, well, Power Slave, would that work? I don't think so because it's a little bit too laid back. It's not a laid back song, but it's a bit slow for a opener. Like you got to have a fast paced, punchy, not too lengthy, and just the energy to set up the rest of the album. And Aces High has it. I think if you were going to pick a content like another option, Back in the Village, because it has that riff that could set up an album for a feel.
I can't remember that song at all. That's one of the fucking low points in this album for me.
Oh no, there's not a low point on this album. It's all fucking.
Are you kidding? Like Flesh of the Blade, that song Bell just mentioned.
Here we
go. No way. That's why I piss people off because it's one of their better albums, but there's a couple of fillers.
All killer,
no
filler.
There's a couple of low points. There is a couple of low points on this album.
We'll get them to talk in the comments. But Belle, anything else you wanted to add to that?
No. I'm good.
Look, for this album, I would argue, Aces High is probably the one. But I do actually agree with Belle that Back in the Village could have possibly been an opener on this one. There's something about it. I was listening to it today and I'm going, actually, there's something about that song and it's got a good hook in it.
It does.
That hook.
And it's one of the, and it also
I don't
because
remember that song at all.
Okay, but what I liked as a potential opening track is that you're back in the village. It's like you're back into the whole thing again. It's like back in the saddle for Aerosmith and that kind of stuff. Like it's you're back into it again. That's why for me it felt like it could have been lyrically an opener. I think only otherwise you might have been able to go 2 Minutes to Midnight, but probably not as strong. So
no,
I think
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to listen to these fucking albums. So,
but if you listen to Aces
Back
High,
in the Village might have been great, but I can't.
It's got that weird little intro thing that before the song actually kicks in.
I honestly can't remember it. I can't.
That's all right. It's all good. Don't stress. It's all a bit of fun, anyways.
I'm fucking stressing.
It's fun.
Well, don't stress about this anyway. Chris has gone Slayer and Slayer fucking Slayer. So yes, we're well done on the Slayer love. But Craig's gone Moonchild as my favorite Mallet Maiden opener. Well,
that's a good song. I love that album.
That's another topic too. What is the best Maiden opener? That could be another one to fucking play with. Not tonight, but that's another one for later on.
We'll have to do it.
All right. Yeah, do it later on. That's another one. I'll go through and make a clip of that. All right. Next up is Jeff, your choice, Deep Purple Machine Head. So tell us why you picked it and your thoughts in general.
Well, look, I think the opening track on this is Highway Star. How could you have opened this album? I don't think that there's another song. I mean, this is a classic fucking album from beginning to end. It's not a bad. It's another one, all killer, no filler. The deep cuts here are just great. But when I thought about this album, I thought, fuck, I mean, this song just gets me fired. When I get this song, I want to get in my car and drive. I want to crank windows down. I want everybody to fucking know this is what I'm listening to. And I think it achieves that. So I don't think there's another song that you could open with on this album.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
What do you guys
Belle? Think? Sorry, Belle, your thoughts?
Yep, absolutely agree. It's punchy, driving track, kicks the album into gear. All of those fucking driving puns. Yeah, absolutely. It does. It makes you want to just speed.
We're all getting
again, listening, or thinking about tracks, the only other one that might work would be Space Truckin' as an opener.
Thinking about that, but it does feel
it's more laid back.
It's not as good.
It's not as
it's not as good, but of all the others, they're all too chilled out. Like that's the only.
You're not going to open with Lazy.
No,
you don't
be a good choice.
Definitely not.
Pictures of Home, though, you could do it. Pictures of Home has got that cool drum thing at the beginning.
Thinking about album craft from most of the albums we pick were from like the 70s through the early 90s, when, like, as I've said, the heyday of fucking music. But that was like when the album was important.
Really mattered,
And there was a time when they would sequence an album when the closing note of one song was a leading note to the opening song of the opening note of the next
like
song.
A circle.
If you knew your music theory. So it was like a listening experience. We don't do that anymore because it's all about individual song. But these were the fucking albums where people focused on album craft. So your opening song was your banger, and then you grab people's attention. And you could have a more mellow song. And but none of these albums that we picked could be in any other sequence.
Yeah, well, we'll
think
see.
So.
Yeah.
Well, most of them.
Yeah. Belle, any other thoughts on that one before we?
Nope.
No. Cool. Dave, anything you wanted to add on top of that to this particular album?
You possibly Smoke on the Water, but not at the time. Now, because everyone knows it, you could possibly open with that. But to get the same impact, it'd have to be Highway Star, because then it kind of changes pace. You think about Alice Cooper used to do it a lot, especially with the Goes to Hell album, because you had classic Alice with the Goes to Hell song.
Yep.
Then the rest of the album was something completely different. The opening song got people in.
Yep.
And then with Goes to Hell, you're like, okay, give me another song like that. And you get to the end of the album. Like School's Out is exactly the same.
True.
But give me another song like the opening song. And but you stuck with it for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with this album too. Every song is different. There's nothing. There's no line that draws any of these songs together.
It's a much better time.
Yeah.
But definitely.
Agree.
I think I'm going to agree with this one. Highway Star is pretty much the definitive opener. You can make an argument for Smoke on the Water, but I don't think it would have worked at the time. And Space Truckin', it's going to sound weird to say this because it just feels a bit too goofy to be the opener. Does that make sense? Like, it's a fun song. It's a good song. It's good toward the end, not toward the beginning. I think Highway Star is... I don't really have much to add on that. I think Highway Star is the definitive opener. I don't really think there's another track on there that could fulfill the same job, so to speak. Which brings us to another album, which will do my choice next. And I chose Judas Priest Painkiller. And I think for me, it's one of the all-time greats. I think there are other songs you could open it with, but I don't think it'll have the same impact. That drum fill, that opening, the whole way that thing kicks off, and then it's just like this is like the lyrics, the attack, the venom from Hellford, the whole thing. Like, it's the opener for this album as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, there are other great tracks, and the energy goes from beginning to end on this thing. But I think for me, there's a reason why that to me is one of the all-time great album openers, and it's also one of my all-time great favorite pump-up songs. You want to get fucking fired up and ready to go? Put that on. I want to run through walls, kind of thing. Like it's one of those ones. So as an album opener, I'm going with Painkiller. Curious what you guys think, Dave. What have you got on this one?
Yeah, no, my week got away from me. My plan was to listen to this album today.
That's all right.
And because I listened to Power Slave and then Machine Head, but the whole week fucking turned to shit.
That's right.
And
don't stress about this. It's all good.
I had to pull up the track listing because I don't know these albums as well as I should. This is kind of fucked. The only thing you could do on this album is kind of open it with Touch of Evil.
Yes, that's exactly my thoughts. It would have been a different type of album, but it kind of leads in. And if you open it with Touch of Evil, you would close with Painkiller. You know, some albums close on the banger. Yeah. And opening it on Touch of Evil gives that build up to the menace. But I wouldn't fuck with this album at all. This is an absolute classic. It's probably my favorite Priest album. And finding a patch of this album is absolute fucking criminal because they're only available on eBay for like $800 and it's a fucking ripoff.
Yeah.
So I went with Screaming for Vengeance, which is another great album. But yeah, I agree. Painkiller has a fantastic opening track. Yeah, but opening with Touch of Evil would make it a different album and closing with Painkiller. But yeah, you don't fuck with perfection.
Yeah, no, I agree. There are, like I said, there are other tracks you can do with. Touch of Evil is one. There's a few other choices I go there, but I'm curious to see what other people think. So, Jeff, what about you?
Look, I was thinking Touch of Evil all the way because it's got that. It's sort of, it's like it's telling a story, and it sort of sucks you in with the you know, the sound of the smoke and all that. Smoke doesn't make any sound, but you know what I mean.
It should have been a couple of tracks earlier to open side B.
Yeah,
that would have been perfect. Yeah, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, switch Touch of Evil with Nightcrawler. That would have been fucking cool.
Interesting. Yeah. Good point.
I like Dave's idea of Touch of Evil at the beginning and Painkiller at the end. That would be killer as well. Really. Yeah.
Cool. All right, Bill.
I agree. You can't really mess with perfection. But you know, Painkiller as an opener, it's like a punch in the face.
Yeah.
It just, if you didn't know this band, here they are. Like this is what they can do. And it doesn't really let up from there. It kind of moves around, but the energy stays there.
Intensity is there all the way through. Yeah.
You guys remember when you first heard this album? I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of those moments, man. It's a fucking metal moment. It's fucking
Wow.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah.
It is a good one.
But
look, if I was forced to pick one, I wouldn't pick Touch of Evil. I would pick Leather Rebel. I think that would make a decent opener or closer, actually.
Yeah.
I agree with the closer. It is a good song for a closer.
Yeah. Now, that could be my only gripe with this album. Once Shot of Glory, good song, but you could end it on a better. There's better songs on the album. You could end as a closer.
Yeah, I think All Guns Blazing might have been a good way to end the album.
Yeah. You want to try to leave them with something a lasting memory, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think it does.
You want to make them put the album on again.
Yeah.
Yes.
So All Guns Blazing might be a good way to close it out, which in history might have been funny, but anyway. But cool, we've all done the rounds on that one. I haven't missed anyone, have I? I'm making sure I don't miss anyone with going through this, so we're good. Which means, Belle, last but definitely not least, is the album you've picked, which is Pantera, Cowboys from Hell. So pretty obvious to see why you've chosen this one, but give us your thoughts.
Sadly, I don't have this on vinyl, but I'll have to rectify that one day. Yeah, my own choice I don't have, but it's all right. I've had the CD forever.
Yeah.
Look, it's an awesome album, but you've got to have this as the first song. It's they're introducing themselves. We're the Cowboys from Hell. Like they're setting like that. Like, hello, here we are. don't worry about that other shit that we put out, you know, that you didn't care
Those
about.
albums were good. Come on.
this is what we are, what we do. And look, I don't know if anyone else remembers when they first heard this.
Yes.
Like, but like my brain about melted.
The first
there
time I
was
heard that
nothing else.
Yeah.
That sounded like this.
No.
It just oh my god. So yeah, it was memorable, very memorable. You can't have anything else. There are some bangers on here, but I don't know, like this track. You can't open with Primal Concrete Sledge. That's a great follow-up, but if you had that as the first track, I think people would be like, what the fuck is this shit? Like,
it'd feel different.
No, you're like, oh, this is terrible. But for some reason, like, it's not terrible as a second track.
No, I
don't know. Heresy might work. I think.
Yeah, Heresy or the Artist Shredding. The Artist Shredding or Heresy is the only other fucking
opener. Yeah.
Yep.
Can't. Cemetery Gates, no.
No.
Psycho Holidays, too laid back.
That's perfectly placed in the album, Cemetery Gates, number 5.
And then there's definitely a lot of album, not filler, but like just album kind of tracks that you couldn't. Yeah. So yeah, it had to be Cowboys from Hell.
Cool. I'll go next on this one. I agree that the title track is the opening track for this album. Don't get me wrong. I think if you were going to try and tweak it to change it, you might hear me out here. You could close with Cowboys from Hell and possibly open. You could do open with Artist Shredding, but I also think Domination. Starting off with First Take Like a Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like that.
Heresy, Domination, or Artist Shredding. They're the only other potentials.
Yeah. I agree with that, Dave. But if you were going to change it, you could possibly close with Cowboys and open with Domination.
It's an opener or a closer.
Yeah.
Can you have Domination though as an opener with that massively long breakdown at the ending? Like it just goes like it's fucking awesome.
I think you can
as an opening track.
Yeah,
it's killer, but I don't know if it works. You don't want an opening track to drag.
20 million fucking bands do it these days, so why couldn't Pantera do it 30 years ago?
Yeah. That, or you could have closed with Domination, swap Domination, Artist Shredding, but this is besides the point. But yeah, just as an alternative view. But yeah, I just those were the only two tracks that came to mind for me.
Artist Shredding's probably my favorite song on the whole album. That's
a good one. Great. Yeah, and it actually, in a way, I'm going to agree with you because it does tie over from the previous 4 albums as well.
Yeah, those first 4 albums are fucking underrated. I wish they were easily to buy on CD, but they cost like $70 each.
Yeah. Anyway, that was cool. Yeah.
It just mirrors everything. You know, Cowboys could be last song. Artist Shredding could be first. Domination, Heresy. I didn't get a chance to listen to this today because life is fucked. But looking at the track list, Clash of Reality and The Sleep, and I just can't recall those songs. The rest of these songs, just looking at them, I can hear them in my head. But Clash of Reality and The Sleep, you know, it's been a while since I heard this album, but those songs just don't.
With Reality, it has a big hook.
But it could also be one of those things too.
No, I honestly, I can't remember a fucking thing about that song or The Sleep. Those 2 songs. Everything else, looking at this track list, that's like the songs are here.
Yeah.
But those 2 songs, because I didn't get a chance to fucking listen to it, and it's good to refresh before you do this shit.
Yeah.
But everything else, you know, as you said, Cemetery Gates could possibly close the album, but Cowboys from Hell is the definite opener.
Yeah, it is.
I just mirror everything everyone else says, but yeah, definitely
opener for sure.
Right, Jeff,
I don't think you could. I don't think you can move it. Interesting enough, this album was 1990, and so was Painkiller. They're both 1990. So something was going on in
2 years later, music turned to shit, so we don't fucking bother with that.
Well, this is it. But look, I don't think you could take Cowboys and move it anywhere else because it not only is it a great song, but lyrically it's introducing the band.
Yeah, I get that. Like,
it's here we are, we're taking over this town. It's introducing them saying, "Hey guys, fuck, here we are, like it or not, we're coming for you." And so I think that you put this album later in the album, and I think it loses its, I think that's just my opinion. But I think
there's no wrong answers here, man. It's just
no. You definitely want to go for the biggest the biggest impact, and I think it would be the biggest impact in my opinion. There's some other great songs, Art Shredding, absolutely, but just not up to the same in my books.
All good, cool. All right, whoa, Bell dropped out then again. I don't know what's going on here. All right,
midnight.
Get some comments here. Vinny's gone. Might be a carryover question. Would be interested to know how who you feel which band has the best banger opening tracks in the multiple albums. Van Halen kind of springs to mind there. While we bring Belle back in. Hopefully, there we go. She's back.
Hey, Belle.
Cool. We got you back. That's all right. Vinny was just saying carryover question would be what bands have the most banger opening tracks from their albums. He's thinking Van Halen, but there's other choices. I'm sure that's a carryover question as well. Craig says I had one or two stinker openers too. I'm not sure if that's Van Halen or not, but anyway, Vinny says anything from the Rocky IV soundtrack makes me want to run through both Ukraine and Russian armed forces. Fucking hell, here we go.
Okay.
Craig says no easy way out there, but it would be the sweetest victory. Oh my god. Don's here saying yes, Pantera are the best. Having a lot of fun with this one tonight, guys. Vinny says whatever he hits, he destroys. You guys are off it now. Don says Floods and I'm Broken are my favorites. Well, there we go. Yeah, they're good tracks. Those
this fucking tool. He doesn't even know those songs.
Anyway, I'll let you work that out, Jeff. Chris says you guys are awesome. Slayer, thank you for the kind words. Slayer, I fucking cool too. But Chris has gone Pantera, the art. Chris has gone Dominion. There we go. It's all on Domination. Yes. Guru says Mouth for War, Pantera, Vulgar Display. Yes, that's a great album. For that. And Vinny says Far Beyond Driven with a tweak or two could have blown your head off immediately with hooky songs. That is, I agree. That's an underrated album too. All right, let's quickly do this one now because it shouldn't take us long. We'll only take a couple minutes on this one. Hopefully, we're going to do a quick catch up on Metal Mogul, which is the game we played at the start of the year, where we went through and picked some albums or some bands. Sorry, and then if they did albums, you got 100 points. You got EP, 50 points for every single or video. You got 10 points beyond that. Just to quickly recap, that's what we did there. So last time around, let's see here. Dave picked Halloween, which haven't released anything yet this year, but it's only...
There's a compilation coming, but does that count?
It does. It gives you an album.
Who releases compilations? You can make your own.
Yeah, I know. These days it's a bit weird, but hey, it's official. But Dave, Wednesday 13 has given you 30 points so far with 2 singles.
No shit, like I didn't know. Like I didn't know.
I know that. There's one song on an EP and then the other track. I'm not including the whole EP because it's not all with him, but the one song.
That EP surprises me because I wasn't.
Okay, is it good?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, you got one song from that and the video and the other single which came out as well, which is the same video. So 30 points for Wednesday 13. Avantasia have been productive for you as well with 2 singles and 2 videos to go with it. So that's 40 points for you there. And then Dynasty, you got a fair run of this because you got an album, a single, and 2 videos for this one. So 130 there. And then your final pick was Envenomed, which gives you nothing yet, but it's not yet. So Dave is currently sitting not bad, 200 points already for this year, which is good. We're going to run through it and keep going. Jeff, you started off with an interesting choice. You weren't sure about this band when you announced it, but Cerebral Hemorrhage, you took them and they've given you an album worth of points, 100 points for that. So well done there.
Did you listen to it?
No.
No.
No one said I had to listen to it.
No, you didn't have to listen to it. You had to pick it.
No one said I had to like it.
No, it's a game.
Based off the fucking title, I can tell I would hate it.
Oh no, don't worry. I don't think many people are going to like it. But anyway, Wasp was another one of Jeff's picks, and he gets for the box set. You get 100 points for that. I'm only going to give that one album.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's an album there. Symphony X though have given you nothing yet.
Yeah.
Sebastian Bach have given you 1 video, which is good so far. And the Omnific have given you a single and a video as well.
Yes,
so
that's right.
Jeff is currently on 230 points, so just ahead.
Ooh.
Belle, you're up next.
Uh-oh.
You took North Lane. That's given you nothing yet. You took Hailstorm. That's given you nothing yet. You took Testament.
Move to Canada.
That's given you nothing yet. However, you took Killswitch Engage and Arch Enemy, both of which have released a single and a video with more to come. So you can sit on those ones for a little bit longer. So that's 20 points apiece. So, Belle, you're currently on 40 points as things stand today.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey,
Look out, guys.
you want a hailstorm, you got to go to Canada for that.
Yeah, here we go.
But
yes. All right. And then my list is as follows. So I chose Volbeat. They give me nothing. I chose Pretty Reckless. Give me nothing. Anthrax. Nothing yet as well. I'm doing very well. Carnival. Nothing yet as well. So I'm really going well here. So Alien Weaponry. I've got 2 singles and 2 videos. So I've got 40 points out of 1 band so far. So Belle, you and I are sitting on 40 points. The other guys are sitting on
bottom
front.
feeder.
I know. So here's the deal, right? You've got the option here to add 1 more band to your list, which is what you want to do. If you choose to, though, you can also drop a band and replace it to give you 2 picks in this round if you choose to do so, but only if you drop one. If you're going to drop one, now's the time because you're going to do the drop first, because whatever you drop, someone else can claim if they choose to do so. So let's start with Jeff. You're out in front. Are you going to drop anything, or are you content just to add 1 more this time around?
So what have I got again?
Okay, basically now you've got Envenomed, sorry, no, not you. Sorry, Jeff has the Omnific, Sebastian Bach, Symphony X, Wasp, and Cerebral Hemorrhage.
And I can just add somebody free?
Only, but for this round now, it's only if you want to drop one. Do you want to drop anything, or are you happy with that so far?
Yeah, I'm going to drop somebody.
Okay,
somebody wants it. I'm going to drop Sebastian Bach. Sorry,
wow.
Sebastian. I love you, and I'm going to take Black Sabbath because I think they're going to release something for this new upcoming thing that they're doing.
Okay. All right. So that is going to cost you points, just so you know.
Life is about risk.
All right. Okay, it has to be under Black Sabbath, just so you know. It has to be under Black Sabbath. All right. Just all right. So that's an interesting one. So Dave, you get the next one. Are you going to drop anything, or are you happy to sit for now?
I'm sitting. I'm not dropping anyone.
All right.
Yeah,
Belle,
I'm low. I stay the fucking path.
Cool. Belle, you going to drop or are you going to sit?
Can we drop anything, including those ones that has certain criteria around them?
If you do, you have to replace it with one of the same criteria.
With a criteria.
Yeah.
Okay, then no, I'll just stay as I am.
You'll sit. All right.
And wait.
And I'm gonna sit as well for now. So I'm sitting. Jeff's the only one that swapped, but that does mean that if anyone wants Sebastian Bach later on, they can take it.
Could I just ask one question? Just clarification.
Yeah.
So I dropped Sebastian. Does that mean I lose the points that I got from Sebastian already?
Yes. It's about the end of the year total. Yeah.
So I mean, if I didn't realize that. That's okay.
I said you're gonna lose points.
I'm winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know I'm gonna lose points. I didn't realize that. Okay, all right, that's fine. I'll live and die.
You can undo it if you want to. Like you can undo it. No.
Well, no, because look, at the end of the day, I said I'd do it, and that's just the way I play.
Life's about risk. Remember, Jeff?
Yes,
it absolutely is. It absolutely is. And so you guys are going to be crying when Sabbath drops all this shit to try to make money.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. So now we each going to add a band, and no one else has got anything. There's no criteria to meet, so everything's good to go. So Belle, because you're going to go first on this time around. So Belle, what band are you going to add to your stable?
I'm going to add Heat.
Heat,
please.
Nice. Cool. Good choice. I'm going by points here, folks. So I'm going to go next, and I'm going to add Aussie artist Rob Favoto. He just seems to keep fucking releasing songs and EPs all the fucking time. So I'm going to take Aussie artist Rob Favoto, which means, Dave, you're up next. What are you going to add to your stable?
Okay. As a kid of the 80s and a teenager of the 90s, I'm one of those rare people. I like thrash and I like glam. And at the time, those two worlds didn't collide because Thrash was like, fuck you, you glam faggot. Yeah. And Glam was like, fuck you, you fucking miserable cunt. And for years, those two genres didn't get along. They really did not. That was like a fucking, until the early 2000s when we had all those VH1 documentaries and guys like Gary Holt said, yeah, we used to talk shit about the glam faggots, but we used to go to their concerts because that's where all the chicks were. And you go to our Thrash shows and that's where all the guys were. So if you want to get laid, we went to the glam shows. But there was one band in the last 10 years that I really fucking liked because it kind of piqued my interest because they successfully combined glam and thrash, which sounds fucking bizarre, but they did it. And then they went quiet and they released an EP and another EP and an album, which was fucking fantastic. And they went quiet. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? The dude has resurfaced. So I have great hopes that a band called Salem's Lot will be releasing new music this year. And I'm really fucking excited about this.
Okay. Yeah,
Andrew, cool. You know the band.
Yeah.
They successfully combined thrash and glam. And they're cool. Fucking brilliant.
Yep.
Emotive. There's some Bowie in that. There's some Metallica. There's some Slayer. There is some fucking Cinderella and Foreigner and everything. They're fucking great. And they can shred like a motherfucker and write great songs. Yep. The dude's resurfaced.
Okay.
He's back.
Cool.
I don't know what the fuck happened. I know there was some personal shit that he had to deal with, but he's back. I'm really excited that Salem's Lot are going to release some new music in 2025.
Nice.
Because their last album was fucking fantastic. So that put me down for that shit. I will ride this fucking wave with them.
Cool. All right. Nicely done. All right, Jeff, you're up next, but I've just realized too that you took Sebastian Bach as your one with 5 albums or less. So if you want Sebastian Bach back, you can do that now and just keep Black Sabbath if you want to keep things simple. Or if you've got another band that's got 5 albums or less, then you could do that. I don't know where you want to play this one. We've just sort of made this in a really roundabout way. You might get your 10 points back. I don't know, but it's up to you.
So Sebastian gave me what, 10 points?
10 points, yep.
Yeah. And I can pick any band?
Well, right now you're missing one of the categories, which has to be at 5 albums or less. So that's where I'm sort of a bit.
I see.
Yeah, it gets a bit trickier.
Well, then in that situation, then I guess I'll have to do it. Yeah.
All right. I know that sounds a bit. We've gone a really weird roundabout way.
Look, I didn't realize. So
I didn't realize either at the time. So my apologies on that one. We are working this as we go along.
Yeah, it's it's one of those things. We'll get there, and all right. Because I was okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So my apologies. I'm keeping running a score, so don't worry. But that's one of those things that's a bit sort of fun and games. But just to recap here, then, as it all plays out. I added Rob Favoto, Bill added Heat. At the end of the day, Jeff just added Black Sabbath and lost nothing in the end. For all of that, and Dave took Salem's Lot. So we had a big fucking rabbit way of getting there, but that's how it works. And that's a sort of test case of how this is going to play. So every time we do this one, get an opportunity first to drop one, and then we'll sort of go from there. But that's how things play out. So we'll see what happens with the next go around. We'll do this one at the end of this current season of King of the Riff. Speaking of, next week we're back with that. And the album battle for next week, I'll go scroll back up here a little bit here. Next week for us, it is going to be Damage Plan, Newfound Power going up against Beautiful Sin, The Unexpected. For the audience, it's Damage Plan, Newfound Power versus then Crooked Vultures. So different battles next week. So that's what's coming up. Back to the swing of things next week, and that's where we're going to be. All right. Let's go quick final comments, and then we'll do the raise a glass and get out of here. Chris says, let me in. Got something for you with Anthrax. There we go. Vinny says, Wasp have another album according to Spotify called Bonus Tracks and B-Sides. That's part of that 7-album compilation that I did.
Yeah. All the tracks I've heard before. It's not exciting.
There's nothing new in there. It's just a...
Lucky, release some new fucking music.
Yeah, I hope so, too. I'd love to hear it. Chris says... And Bark and just going on there. Guru says, Quiet Riot, Metal Health Opener. That is a great album opener, actually. Chris is on a tear. He's gone Black Sabbath. What do we got here? Slayer, Hail Satan, and Gwar. So there we go. And then I don't know. Guru says, yeah, Dave, make sleeves great again. So there we go. There's one for that. Vinny says, this segment was only meant to go for a few minutes. Well, it did. But not longer. Craig says, I think Andrew said a few minutes over what? I have no idea. Over our usual time. So we would normally be out of here about 13 minutes ago. So that said, those are the final comments. Let's go to the Razor Glass segment and then get out of here so we can all get on with the rest of the week and hopefully a good weekend coming up in like just 24 hours or so. Alrighty, so if this could be an exercise in futility, but we'll try our best. Jeff, what are you raising a glass to this week?
Well, once again, my impending fucking holidays are just around the corner. So here's guys. I need a break. I need something to recharge batteries real bad.
Cool. Belle, what are you raising a glass to this week?
Oh, I didn't have anything, but you know what? I'm going to raise a glass to everyone who jumps on every week or even every now and then and just jumps in and comments and listens to us carry on and fucking talk shit for 2 hours straight.
Raising a glass.
Thank you for putting up with
you
me.
guys.
Yeah, cheers to all of you out there. That is a very good call, Belle. Completely agree. Dave, have you got anything?
I do.
Okay, good.
Okay. You're going to have to indulge me for a second, but I'm going to raise the glass. 7 years, 6 seasons, 45 episodes, Cobra Kai. If you watched me in the last few years, I fucking adore this show.
Yes.
And I held out for so many fucking weeks when everyone was talking about this. I'm like, not another fucking remake, not another reboot. Fuck off. But the first 2 seasons were on YouTube. And I'm like, okay, I'm curious. So what's the first 2 episodes? And I got hooked really fucking quickly.
Yeah.
And the first season I binge watched in 2 nights. Episode 10 of the first season ended up like I was going to save it, and then they started with that Queen song that I love. I want it all. Like you can't fucking. So I was addicted. Yeah. And like season 3, 4, and 5, they go longer. They're long episodes, and every time they came out, I binge watched those entire seasons in one night. So they would come out at like 9 p.m. I'd be watching them at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, drunk out of my fucking mind, and like, oh my god, bring on. And season 6, I didn't think was necessary. The first 5 episodes were kind of disappointing because the soundtrack sucked. And then we had season 5, and that kind of upped the ante. And we just nailed the last 5 episodes, which ties up the whole fucking 6 seasons. The old movies, every character gets their fucking perfect ending. Wow. And if you don't think that this show represents me in every fucking way, the last song is a fucking Guns N' Roses song. For fuck's sake. Like the soundtrack of the first 5 episodes sucks balls. I don't know what the fuck happened. But this one has fucking AC/DC. It has Queensryche, and the end with fucking Guns N' Roses. And
awesome.
Every character that I've invested 7 years of my life in just gets the right fucking ending. There are some deaths. There's some really fucking nasty injuries. I got to credit the writers for being a fucking amazing characterization and just bringing everything, because this season I think I had no expectations, and these last 5 episodes were just fucking perfect. Everything was just, and it gets to a point at one stage where it's just like, what the fuck happens now? And then there's 2 twists, and it's like, fuck, that's exactly what needed to happen, exactly what had to fucking happen, and it was fucking perfect. So, my God, it's like one of the best TV shows to ever happen. So, raise the fucking glass to the writers and the producers of Cobra Kai. Because holy shit, you cannot get fucking better than this.
Nice. That's a good one, man. Great way to wrap that up. That's awesome. Mine's going to feel so much more mundane by comparison. I got 2 quickly. One is that it's cooler weather up here at last. I've actually not had to have a fucking fan blowing and sweat my ring off, and I'm actually doing okay temperature-wise tonight, which is a unique sensation over the last few months. But also, it's mundane, but it's one of those little things when you do a good job and you get appreciated for it, that feeling, that's been something that's happened at the day job recently. So it's a simple thing, but it feels good.
Dude,
and
believe me, man, I get that.
Yeah. And when you do
it can be the tiniest fucking comment, and it's just like, I've been busting my ass for 2 fucking weeks.
Yeah.
And you get it and you understand, like, thank you.
Yeah. So when you get a bit of appreciation for a job well done, I'm going to raise a glass. That feeling, because that's a nice.
So I'm going to hijack because every fucking batch that we do, we need to provide a sample to the office. Yeah. And I fucked up this morning because there's just so much shit going on. And I came in at like 5 to 3 when I need to leave, and I brought in the sample. Like, I'm sorry, I know we fucked up. I'm sorry. Just put it in a fucking heater and it will melt. And she's like, go take it. Because I trust you, you know what you're doing. And I'll just say that we've got it. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Because you know that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
it's good.
Yeah. It's fucking important.
It validates. Yeah, it's good.
And when you're walking out where you feel like you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
You need shit like that to just keep you taking that extra step.
Yep. Agree. And I know how hard you've been doing the last couple of weeks, so well done to you. Here's a raise a glass a day for fucking enduring the last few weeks. It's been a bit of fun behind the scenes.
Fucking kill me.
Let's go. Final comments here. Chris Scott, Hell Awaits. Hell Awaits for all of us. Cat's gone. Cheers to madness. That's us. Thank you. Vinny says, raise a glass to Cobra Kai. 7 years been enjoying some more love for Cobra Kai. Beat me.
Vinny gets it. It's so good.
Guru says, I enjoy the show every week. Kudos to you all. Peace from Denmark. Pierce the media is the virus. Well, yeah, there's a fucking fair point in that to unwrap. Craig says, raise a glass to the Takedo Australian tour. What a banging fucking show. My God, at over 60, Danny can still hit those fucking notes. Well done to there. Vinny says, here, Dave. Bittersweet. That it's ended, but what a wild ride. There we go.
Fuck, man. Says, the last 7 years, my God.
Hailing from Deekhead. I don't know what Deekhead is, but all right. And Vinny says, raise a glass to finally finding out why Avon ladies can't walk because they're lipstick. Good night. Vinny, you only promised to behave for the first hour. Well done. On that note, it's time to get out of here. I'm not going to read it. That's it for tonight. Thank you all so much for your company. I don't think we can top that. We'll see you all again, same time and place next week, where we will attempt to resume regular programming. On behalf of Vinny and the rest of us here, so Dave beside me on the screen, Jeff opposite corner, everyone's moved around now, Jeff opposite corner, and Belle underneath on the screen tonight. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. We'll see you all again, same time, place next week. Until then, I'm Andrew, and as always, folks, you know what to do. Drink up, rock on. Have a good week all. We'll see you soon.
Cheers.